I don't. Let me see. Hold on.
I know I
Disable
can.
video. Oh no, that will. We can't get rid of Craig.
Craig, that's what I mean. Craig just needs to be our mascot.
He's just here.
Oh no.
Jesus.
James, are you sharing your video? Is that happening?
What?
Are you sharing your video?
What do you mean?
Oh, here we go. Matt, I forgot our way to do it. Are you sharing your video? Like your face?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're objectively
I'm
just
right here.
not.
I'm looking at you right now.
We are already missing people. We can't. We cannot. This is. We
Oh,
can't deal
God
with
damn it,
frustration.
guys.
If you're
Craig isn't
not
showing
doing
his face, and yeah, what's
That
the
is
problem?
Craig. That is
Fuck
Craig.
Craig.
No.
James, do you not want to? Is that what's happening?
I would prefer. I like how I look on the screen. So
But here's the thing, James. You're not going to be seen. It's just going to be me and Matt talking because because Craig is like ever present.
Just Craig.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't want to, that's fine, but it will just be me and Matt showing.
okay.
Like that's
I don't.
this
I
is what
really
Matt should
just
have
don't care
told you.
enough.
Yeah, this is why Matt should have told you
I
beforehand.
did tell. I swear
I
to
was
God,
not told about this.
I
No.
James, you say that you didn't remember me.
Today, Junior.
I'm trying to fucking speak, asshole. You're over here treating me like a goddamn fucking
You didn't
sped.
tell me jack
I
shit,
did,
Bishop.
dude. You didn't even tell me about goddamn. No, you claimed
About what? About what?
you claimed that I did not tell you about the draft grades. I told you that shit before.
No, you told me about the. Yeah, no, you told me
Yeah,
about the draft
and then
grades.
you were
Yeah, I
like,
know that.
"Oh, I forgot."
I don't need. Oh, I didn't forget.
I
I
can
just
imagine.
didn't do it.
No. I imagine you forgot.
I didn't forget shit.
Yes, you did.
I just didn't do it.
James, you cannot tell me.
I figured it out. All I got to do is go on the ESPN app and then just look at the draft.
No.
I can grade it from
Fuck
there.
you.
I don't need to go to hell.
No.
Oh wait, we're already here.
Is this part of it?
Please include this, please.
Is this part of it?
Make this the intro. Just
Alright, I guess me and Matt will be here and we'll figure it out. Just do
Sounds
your thing,
good.
Oh
Matt.
my God. On a completely unrelated note, we need to get these clips of us just fucking just not yeah. And
we're
just-
gonna please, yo. You have footage of that?
and just make
James,
them
And
an
you didn't
intro.
share it with me first?
And just make them
James
an
will turn
intro.
his camera on so quickly. It'll be so swiftly.
Just so we can have an intro.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Jesus. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, alright, I guess we're not doing that now.
That was
Me
the
and
best
Matt
thing
will just
Bishop said all
switch.
day. We should include clips of us fucking.
Fuck
Yes.
you. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
That doesn't get us kicked off the fucking platform.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I'll start a timer so we know how long this
I
takes.
have a timer down here on OBS.
Lovely. Oh wait, you have it of our
Yeah.
faces, Matt?
Yes, I do.
Did you Okay, you
So-
changed the capture and everything?
Yeah, no, we're good. What do you mean change? Like
Okay.
it's preset. Like it's already preset. Like
Oh.
because
Awesome.
from when we were fucking with it last night.
Alright, we can go then.
That too? Good God.
Oh my God. Fuck's sake.
You said it, motherfucker.
Ugh.
Alright, when's the timer going on?
What timer?
Now.
Yeah, now, right now. Okay.
Ding ding.
Ding ding, motherfuckers.
Bishop, the Battle of Saratoga was your fault.
Sure it was. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome to Bishop Sports Show. Today I'm joined by co-host Matt and co-host James. We are also joined with our faces, except James because he's being a little fucking bitch.
It's fine.
I'm tied to
You
a
didn't
chair right
tell
now.
him.
Help!
You didn't
Help!
tell him. It's not his fault.
Fuck
No,
you.
it isn't.
Today is
We are notably missing somebody.
we are missing Vince. He's also being a little bitch. So like it is what it is. Well,
No, we're just sleeping.
no, dude, that's a lot of sleep.
Sorry,
That's like
Matt, continue.
Today is May 2nd, 2025, and the draft was about a week ago. First round was last Thursday, second round was a week ago on Friday, Saturday, tomorrow. It was a week ago. Anyway, we looked through the draft. I gave draft grades. I don't know if Matt did. James might have. James is probably just gonna play
I'm winging it.
yeah, for the most part. That's
We'll be fine.
what I figured. But how are you two doing today?
I'm doing good.
I see.
I do have grades, so that
Okay, good.
will be put in, which is lovely.
Good.
It's okay. It makes sense. I guess we can be like the two people like who we have our faces here, and James just can come from like beyond the
veil.
the dimension, yeah, beyond the veil, and
The shadow
just be
realm.
this echoing, booming voice that just tells us if we're
I'm
right
the
or
voices
not.
in your heads.
Oh my god.
This is our like
I'm
schizophrenia
doing
demon.
swell. I could really go for some ice cream right now because it's hot as hell outside. But yeah.
Well,
You
you're the
had
one
I'm
that
alright.
was so
Fire.
goddamn antsy to start this shit.
I agree.
What?
I mean, look,
also
if
antsy.
if we knew Vince was not going to be here, we could have done this shit at like 2:00.
We could have. This is true.
Like,
Well, we have to.
But James had to tend to his
deal with
flowers,
this.
to be fair.
oh, he did have to tend to the flowers.
Yeah, I had to give my dog a outside bath. So
Is
it
that what
really
that was?
just filling up the
Is that what
pool.
that was on your story? I
No,
thought
it
you were
wasn't
just...
a bath. I just
okay.
filled up the pool. That's
Because I
it.
was about to say,
Just
I gave
hosing
my
him
dog a
down.
bath yesterday. Like a full-on bath,
Yeah, I
don't
had to-
soap and all.
I see.
Well, we should probably get going. before
Right,
we
alright.
continue. Do you want me to start with my my rankings?
Yeah, go ahead.
So honestly, if we have this recording, I can share this, which is
Yeah, probably.
good. Give me 1 second.
How about we do this? Go by team. All three of us give our grades, and then move on to the next team.
I was talking about the pick ratings for what our mock drafts.
Yeah, the mock
Okay.
draft. So, like, how shit we were.
Oh, I
predicting.
see. I see.
We can just go through that really
Which,
quickly.
by the way, Abdul Carter
Alright,
did not
word.
go 6, which was fortunate turn of
Yeah,
events.
shocking.
Shocking.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Shocked. But apparently I did pretty well compared to the Matt.
Yeah, you two were very close. I was not.
Yeah.
I don't know
Can you
how
guys
I'm
see
close.
this?
I did awful.
I
you see
would
this?
have to.
You can like kind of zoom it a little bit if you would like, but it's okay if not. You can
Oh,
get the
Lord.
idea by the colors.
Right.
By the colors.
Okay.
Yeah. So either way, this is what I kind of had going on. This is all of our picks. James, you can see it as well. You
Yeah.
can see one common guy that keeps getting a 0 in the first round in this top 10, which may or may not be all of our worst pick. Like each and
Yeah.
every one of us.
Oh,
all
that
got a 0
Shador.
on that
Yeah.
one. Shador,
Yep.
yeah. I'll just do a quick highlight just so we can do like hold ourselves accountable. We all obviously did bad on Will Johnson. I did the best just because I had him first
Yeah, he
down.
shouldn't have.
I didn't know how bad his injury was.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
think
know if
anybody
it was that bad or just teams don't want to deal with it. Like,
Yes.
There is no way he fell that far. His knee has to look like it's been penetrated multiple times, dozens of times, in order for teams to pass that. In order for him to, what was he, 42nd or something like
the
that?
Cardinals did
he
get
was-
him.
Yeah, and they were
He
like,
was 47th.
jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the victim of the trolley problem. He was the guy that was underneath the train. But like instead of the
Right.
lever and going both sides, he just got run over by a trolley.
The hero did not get there in time per se to not save him.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, next worst, Mike Green. Obviously he had some other scandals going on. So, probably a good thing he fell, but we can't really blame ourselves too much.
What was it, sexual assault?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ravens
not-
we like having felons on our team.
Well, dude,
yeah,
let's be honest,
real
Ray.
high.
Let's be honest, they had Ray Lewis. They had who definitely killed that man. but
without question.
Ray Rice, who beats
And Ray
women for
Rice.
fun. So
Yeah, real stand-up team.
Yeah.
down
So
there
I mean,
on
honestly, it
so,
just fits
yeah.
the bill. If
Yeah, I'm just happy it wasn't the Eagles. I was a little bit worried when it got tossed up.
Right. I
the,
knew we weren't going to take him just based on Howie's comments alone. He didn't want to
Yeah,
the
do with
Eagles,
that.
the
Yeah, I was
Eagles
like,
do like to take people that have committed crimes. Jalen Carter has definitely crimes.
nobody died though, right?
I don't think so. No.
I don't know,
I
man.
think someone might have.
Yeah.
Someone might have. I think no, he did not cause an act. Or he caused the accident, so he did not directly kill a man. But it was,
No.
he was
Law and Order Bishop Edition.
Yeah. Oh, I should.
We won't get too far off topic.
Yeah, I
but
should,
Just for the other bad picks we had, the only other bad one I had was Donovan Azaraku at 19, which proved to be terrible.
He went
and,
in the 50s, I think.
He went 44,
44.
and Bishop had Nick Scorton, who went 51 at 28.
Yeah.
The person who did the best with a average draft rating of 2.83 was Bishop.
Yes.
He got the job.
Barely.
Most impressive pick was Jahdae Barron at 20.
Yeah,
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other,
that was good.
Other notable picks that I thought were good were Egbuka. You got pretty close. Great.
I didn't
Campbell,
think
you had pretty low. Tyleek Williams, you were like a couple picks away, which I was very impressed by. Same with James Pierce Jr.
I didn't
Yeah.
think what's his face? I didn't think Tampa would go wide receiver. It doesn't make much sense.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
We'll touch on that. We'll touch on that.
All right.
Okay, 'cause we'll go with that later. That's why this is just a quick overview. You were very wrong on Matthew Golden, but I'm sure you're happy about
Yeah,
that.
I am happy about that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You cheesy motherfucker.
Yes.
James was 0.01 off at 2.82. He had the Genty pick was a pretty. I got it spot on, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Shamar Stewart at 17 was a really good pick. Maxwell Hairston
Spot
at
on, right?
32, very good pick. Yes, it was spot on.
Thought so.
A couple others I was impressed with. Barron, you were pretty close. Pierce, you were pretty close as well.
Right.
And dead last, with 2.73 average pick rating, was me. I got the first 6 picks almost exclusively right.
And then outside of that, I don't think there was a single one.
I got Tyler Warren right.
There you go.
A blind man could have gotten that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's enough of that. I will stop sharing that. And there we go. We can go back to what we need.
Word.
Alrighty. I created a Google Doc of by division. I went by division. I started with the Cardinals since Arizona, however it is.
Word.
So the Cardinals. Let's start with them. I gave them a B+.
You should probably say we're doing draft grades.
Oh yes, we're doing draft grades. Well, I figured. Okay, fuck you.
They can't read our minds, Bishop. Get your shit together.
I don't know. I'm a pretty good mind reader. I don't know, but that's just
the conscience from beyond the veil.
I couldn't have guessed
to read draft grades. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I gave the Cardinals a B+, mainly because they got Will Johnson II, which is fantastic for them if they keep him healthy. It was a massive need. And then they went and got Walter Nolan a little early, I would say. I think it was probably earlier than a lot of people expected him to go, which probably is why Philly decided to go Campbell instead of. I'd imagine they didn't want to trade all the way up to the Cardinal spot.
To 16.
Like smart organizations do. Yes.
Right, as they do. They also drafted one offensive player in the whole draft, a guard. So they clearly wanted to help that defense, and they needed to help that defense.
It's funny because I still feel like they need receivers somewhat. Like who's their number 2 right now behind Harrison? Is it Michael Williams?
I don't
Michael
know. I
Wilson,
don't
it's
know.
Michael Wilson.
So Michael Wilson. Yeah, they did need wide receivers. So this could have been a spot for Golden or Mbuku. Buka, however, I don't know. I don't know how to fucking say it.
Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka. Okay.
Yeah, Emeka Egbuka. Yeah.
I'm not gonna pronounce that right, but that's okay.
I am.
It's fine. We will when he's
We
pick
will.
him up off waivers in week 3 next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
there you
right.
go.
So what do you what do you guys have on the Cardinals?
I had a B.
Okay.
I thought it just was a draft. Nolan was a solid pick. Good, not great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't think 16 was a great spot for him. I probably wouldn't have seen him until 25 if I was
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Trading
don't know.
back probably would have
There's a
been
couple.
better off.
Yeah, if they could have, but you never know what there is with that. Although, yeah. So, it's a lot of question marks about Will Johnson. I was thinking about giving him even less than a B just because of how far he fell. That knee injury has to be terrible. I mean, you think about it when the Kobe Dean had fallen to us in the 3rd round, like that injury worry was a real thing.
I mean, he ended up being
So
fine for the most part, though.
well, but he didn't make it to the Super Bowl though.
True, but also
That's the
Arizona
thing.
is not that great of an organization, from what I remember.
It's very true. Jonathan Gannon is their DC, but
No, he's the head
I
coach.
don't know. It's a very
Oh, he's the head coach.
sorry, no, head coach,
He's
head
probably
coach.
going to get fired, but he's the head coach as of now.
For now, yeah.
For
Until he
now.
goes and coaches as the defensive coordinator at Ohio State in 3 years. But
He's
no,
gonna get sent to purgatory.
it's a
Yeah.
very high variance draft. Like Nolan is definitely not a sure thing. He's got tools, but
Right.
he's not plug and play. Like I think they probably could have really used. So I mean, it is what it is. There's not really anybody else you could have gone there.
They could have
If
gone
you needed,
Derek Harmon.
yeah, but I wouldn't have gone him that early either. I guess maybe Shamar Stewart if they wanted edge. That if I was them, that's probably
That's
looking
not
at it.
bad
That's
though.
where
I
I would
mean,
have
what they
gone.
have? You said
Yeah,
13 they had?
they had what was it? 16.
Oh, if they had 16, Shamir Stewart's like right there for him.
16.
Even like
Shamar
right.
Stewart was one away.
It
Yeah.
was the pick
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah, I mean
So I probably, but as far as like if they were going like that interior, like it's
Yeah.
probably like I like Nolan better than I liked Harmon. So it is what it is.
Mhm.
We'll see what happens. The rest of their draft, which is kind of whatever. Jordan Bush off the edge from Oregon. Don't
Right.
know enough about him, so I
Mhm.
can't give any.
They
Takes,
needed
so,
him.
Yeah,
That's all they need. They needed him.
it's true.
So
All right,
James, you have
who you
any
got next?
comments on the
Oh
Cardinals?
Is it my
yes,
turn?
yes, it is your
Okay.
turn.
I'm gonna give this like an A minus, and I fucking hate Jonathan Gannon, so that's props to him. Walter Nolan, you know how high I was on him, so props to them for getting him. Really wish the Eagles would have gotten him, but it's fine. We got Campbell anyway. If Will Johnson actually works out, that's a awesome pick for them. I heard Jordan Birch is pretty damn good. Don't know anything about Cody Simon. I heard Denzel Burke is actually really good too. Anything? I would have gotten a running back considering James Conner is what like 30. Just to have. So I mean, they had. Don't they have like Trey Benson as his backup right now? I don't even think he played last year. So I don't know how good he is, but I think it's like a in the B plus A minus range. Like I like their first like 3 picks and Denzel Burke, but everyone else I kind of don't really know. But I mean, I really like what they did on the defensive side of the football. Yeah,
Did you say were there any in that like last 5 that you think could be like steals per se?
like between Birch, Simon, Burke, those 5.
Yeah, probably Birch and on. Yeah.
I like I like Denzel Burke from Ohio
Okay.
State. Um, out of the 5 of them, I think Birch is
Yeah.
gonna be a solid player for them too. But I don't know
All right.
really much else about anyone else. I would have, maybe drafted like 1 or 2 more players on the offensive side of the ball, maybe another receiver or like a running back, like I said. But other than that, yeah, A minus, B plus for them.
Nice. All right, Matt. What you got
All right.
next?
We got the Rams. I gave them a C,
Ooh.
so pretty much just mid, like average.
Okay,
Oh wait. Okay. I disagree, but I'll
So
explain why in a second.
go ahead.
I mean, it was pretty clear that they just did not care about this draft at all as they traded out. They were like, yeah, we
Yeah.
don't need help, so we'll be fine with a lot of issues. I mean, they got linebacker. I don't know. I
Hey,
looked
man,
through their draft.
Oh,
It was anything. It was nothing special. At least when I was looking through it, I was like, this is like the most basic class I think I've ever witnessed.
for for me at least. I mean, yeah, I went A minus because they traded out and of what they
That's
got.
fair. That's very
They were
fair.
26 and they got a first next
And
year
it was the
from
Falcons first, and the Falcons might be
right
shit.
from a Falcons team that I am not sold on
They
in the
could
slightest.
trade up.
That's it.
If they keep these 2 picks, they could trade up and get a quarterback.
Or just take 2 people in the first. Like
That is possible.
they have a shot. This could really give them a top 20 pick next year and they are aiming to be competitive this. Like I don't see
By the way,
any
fuck
like
the NFC West.
why?
Every single one of these teams except the Rams, the Packers cannot beat in the fucking postseason pre 2015. Like, okay, the Cardinals beat us in 2009 to 2015. The Rams, we beat the Rams. The Rams don't care. The Niners, we can't beat the fucking Niners. The Seahawks, we couldn't beat them till fucking LaFleur got back here. But like, fuck them.
All
Cope.
right, fair. Well, yeah, I was gonna say Cope. Let him get his anger out. But
The anger
yeah,
doesn't
as
come
far
till
as
with
other
the
stuff,
NFC North, guys.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Ferguson's fine. I like the Royo better, which I'll talk about in like a pick or two or a team or two.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. I think Stewart could be okay. From what that's a name I'd recognize when I was watching in the 3rd round, kind of. So I was like, all right, whatever. But I think trading out is the best thing they could have done, and next year they can like swing for the fences after Stafford
Oh yeah.
leaves.
I mean yeah, we assume he's leaving. I can't imagine he's gonna stay. Probably don't.
Right.
Like he's probably retiring or getting cut. Probably getting cut because the quarterbacks think they're fucking super. Aaron Rodgers.
As they should.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
I want
yeah,
to
but
play
he's
till I'm however old he is right now, like 40. What's he turning? Like 43.
is he? He's not 43. He's
Who?
41, I think.
Rodgers getting up there. I don't know what
Yeah,
he.
he's 41.
Okay, so he's
41.
turning 42 if he gets picked up by the Steelers. So yeah. So he should retire.
We'll
Whatever.
see.
Whatever. All right. What do you have on the Rams, James?
I'm going to give them a solid B. That first round trade was the smartest thing they did. Are we including that?
Yes.
Because technically
Yes.
that's not a pick. Rams, they can literally get almost anyone they want in the first round next year. Obviously not like too far, but I don't know how competitive they're going to be this year, considering
They'll probably
this
still.
might be Stafford's last
They're
year.
always a French playoff team, James. Like
They're always good at drafting. It's like they're always good at drafting. Ferguson, I heard he's just like an athletic freak. Other than that, I don't know much about him. Really like Josiah Stewart from Michigan. I heard he's really good. And I like Chris Paul, the linebacker they took in the 5th round. I
I
heard
just know
he's
his
also
name's
very
Chris
good.
Paul.
Chris Paul, you mean the Spurs point guard?
Yeah, dude.
Possibly.
He's
But
yeah.
no, I mean, considering this draft wasn't as like talented per se as like previous years, like that trade, I cannot believe.
That's not true.
Whoa! What the
What?
fuck did you just say?
What?
Well, it wasn't that crazy, but I don't think that's true.
This
What did I say?
This draft class is not as talented as previous years, James. This is probably one of the best draft classes we have had in the last few years.
I don't.
You just said
think
it.
so.
You just said it. What?
I don't think it is.
What?
Yeah,
Why
I
is
mean,
that?
What is
at
wrong with
26,
you?
I don't think the Rams.
What?
I don't think they would have. I don't know. I just don't think it's as talented as previous years. I just don't. But
I will say, like, compared to probably since the COVID one, I would say it's like maybe you could say that, but once you get to
that's
the
just my
COVID draft,
opinion. But
James, your
and you get
opinion's
back to
wrong.
Okay,
okay, well that's your
I'm
opinion, bitch.
I'm shocked
but
I'm shocked that that's what Matt.
I was
just
about to
did.
say it was like I said like some ancient chant against your people. I was like, what the hell did I say?
That's just crazy. Like this draft.
Listen, in my opinion, I just like I'm gonna agree with Matt that from the COVID draft, I just don't think it's as talented.
I think this is the
me.
closest thing we've had to the 2014 class.
Like I think last year's draft was better.
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
But
I would agree.
Yes,
I would also agree with that.
that's just my opinion. Anyway, I
Who
think
was
I
in that
pointed out the
class
guys
that
that I
was
like.
good? Wait, so
Wait, what?
no, no. Last year's class was good, but it's nowhere. I don't think it's nowhere near this
Guantanamo
class.
Bay? What are you talking about?
Matt, just in the first 10 picks last year, it was Jaden Daniels, Joe Alt, Malik
It's like,
Neighbors. We're already 3 that are standing out
Right, they're
now.
good,
Doing same.
but
Yeah,
you
those
don't
are all
think
good names.
Will Campbell,
I didn't say that.
like
you talking
this
about Mr. T-Rex, bro?
this class is so they're so similar, and then you look at some of the flops that are in the later part of that class, like.
It's been a year, and there's already like multiple standouts from that first round. Jared Verse, Fisk is a second rounder, but that's like another guy. That's
Jared
fucking
Verse
pretty
is a
good so far.
monster.
Quinion Mitchell, Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy.
These are all
People
people
like
we
it's
knew were gonna be great, but then it's like you can't
that
just.
makes it a good. That makes
We
it a
didn't know
good
that.
Look,
class.
but this just to go out and say that this class is not close or is not like good or as good
Yeah,
as that
I wouldn't
class.
say
I think
I wouldn't.
that's just.
I didn't say
crazy.
it wasn't good. I just said it wasn't
No,
as
no,
talented.
and
That's it.
and that's the problem I have because there's no. This class is, and on paper, this class looks very good.
Okay, we've spent
Okay, I guess we'll
9
see in a
minutes.
year.
We've spent 9
Let's
minutes.
move on.
Fuck you, fuck you.
This is gonna be great. See, Vince would have thrived in this. This would have
Well,
he would
you have something else to grade now for next year's takes.
Would have thrived in the
Yeah,
chaos.
We'll see
I'll
how
write it
this
down.
ages up.
All
But,
right, so
okay.
where are we? The Niners now.
Yeah, and try and take a little bit quicker on this because we spent 9 minutes on the Rams.
Okay, so the Niners, all they did was get a good first round with Mikael Williams. He's pretty good. Other than that, they did not get a single need. They got players that like best player available, which is good, but the Niners have a lot of holes to fill. There's a reason they fucking sucked last year, and it was not because of Brock Purdy. It was everyone died, and they had all those holes became so apparent. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I gave him a C plus. There wasn't enough O line right
Yeah.
there. Like that was
Right.
a real place in need for them.
Well, the
They
O
didn't-
linemen
they
just
didn't
started
tackle.
going.
You can address
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they just started
Alright.
going.
Well, you say that, but like it was they had the second round pick there where they took Alfred Collins, where they easily could have swiped up a couple pretty solid tackles there,
Yeah.
or they could have gotten. I think there was I'll talk about the Georgia center I liked later on, but like there were chances for them to get people.
Yeah, they
didn't.
just were like, you know what?
They
Best player.
They also waited to select a corner until what was it? Yeah, the
It was
third
like
round.
yeah.
That was
I think it was what CJ West or something.
it was Upton Stout.
Okay.
Upton Stout. Yeah.
Upton Stout, and I wasn't high on him either. And the Nick Martin pick, there was better linebackers. So I think they had so many picks to fill in their defense.
They should fire John Lynch just because I hate the Niners.
Have fun with your C plus solely because of my go.
Oh yeah, C minus by the way. I forgot to say that.
All right, James.
F fuck the Niners. F for fuck the Niners. I hate the Niners. Anyway, if I'm being realistic, I'm also giving them around a C. I really like Mikael Williams, but not at 11 though. I think that's a little early for him.
That was early.
He's really good at stopping the run, so that like he's a great player. It's a little early. I wouldn't have.
I feel like when you have Joey
Middle.
I feel like when you have Joey Bosa on.
You mean Nick
Nick
Bosa?
Bosa. Whatever. They're fucking same fucking player.
Bosa.
No,
they aren't.
What one's a shade darker than the other.
Niners fans are gonna show up to your house and fucking blow up your house.
They are siblings, yeah.
So
just doesn't have working knees.
Yeah, so Nick Bosa, you have Nick Bosa. So what's the point of getting Mikael Williams when you need a corner?
I guess they needed somebody else on the other side.
Yeah, but you need a corner. You need a safety. You need offensive line.
You need a lot of shit.
Yeah, but there's so much else you could have taken in that first round that was not Mikael Williams.
I don't like. It's not the worst pick in the world. They just could have picked him later, right? It's like they could have.
If they wanted, they could have traded back. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Matt.
Defend it a little bit and say that I don't disagree with them going edge. I think going with him there is fine. They need to beef up that D line, especially because they lost a lot of people. For me, I think I had Shamar at 12 on my mock. He was him or Mikael, so I don't mind him going at 11 as much. I wouldn't maybe done
Okay.
it, but I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think they definitely needed help in a lot of places, like Matt said, and they didn't do it.
Right.
So
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're gonna be stuck in disappointment for years upon years.
Right.
next
So,
team,
The
I
Seahawks.
didn't even finish my thoughts, Matt.
Oh my
we
god.
don't have. We got
All I
32
said was Michael
teams.
Williams. I didn't touch on anybody else.
James, we're
I know.
half an hour. James, we're half an hour in, and we're
Uh,
about to finish the first goddamn
okay.
division.
Maybe if you guys didn't talk so fucking long, this wouldn't be a problem. Anyway,
I got a timer. I talked for like 30 seconds.
okay, I'm gonna be quick. Alfred Collins they took too early. Nick Martin, I don't know who the hell that is. Upton Stout was taken too early. CJ West is good. Too early. I don't know anyone else. Move on.
All right, the Seahawks. I gave them a B. They had a really good first 2 rounds. Nick Emenwari was great, and then they got Gray Zabel in the first, and then I believe they ended up. Did they end up with Nick Swarton or someone else did? No, the Panthers
No,
did.
Panthers.
Panthers got Nick Swarton. But I gave the Seahawks a B. I think they addressed safety, which was perfect. They needed that. And then they dressed the O-line for Sam Darnold, so he's not like trying to fucking die every game. But that's about it.
Word.
I gave him B plus. I thought the Zabel pick was. I like Zabel. I don't like him there.
I think it was too
So
early.
I mean, if there's nobody else,
Okay.
yeah, me too.
But again, I think we should say that all the offensive
This is why
linemen.
it's taking too long because he keeps cutting people
Yes,
off.
I am. But all the offensive linemen
real.
went way too early. They all went way too early, except Will Campbell and Membu. But that was it.
I don't know about that, but sure.
A lot of teams need 10 tackles, man.
Yeah. Anyway, Emin Mori. I mean, I liked him as a first round guy. That's fine. Arroyo, my favorite tight end, not in the first round. Perfect. Love that. Huge, big play threat. I love to see it. And Milrow, if you wanted a quarterback there, is fine. It was either him or Will Howard
Right.
in my eyes, so that works.
Okay.
B plus.
I like Zabel. I'm gonna say probably a B plus as well. I like Zabel, but a little early. But I can't be like critiquing it that much. I mean, it was a need for them. I know a lot of the tackles were taken earlier, so they didn't really have much choice there. Nick Emenwari is good if they can develop him because obviously he's athletic as hell, but he doesn't really have like instincts and he misses a lot of tackles and like his tape isn't the best. But if they can use him right, then I think it'll be a good pick for them. Arroyo, I think didn't they take what was his name, Noah Fant, in like the first round a few years ago?
Well, they didn't take Noah Fant. They traded him in the Russell Wilson trade.
Oh, okay. I was okay.
Traded
That
for
makes
him.
sense. But
They traded for
I didn't
him.
even hear that. Okay. I didn't even know he like half of the time in fantasy at least. I didn't even know he existed. So I don't even know if he does anything over there. So
He
it makes
does.
sense.
I mean, I
I
still
have
like
not heard
Arroyo.
his name. I have not heard him at all. But I guess I heard Arroyo is good. I think he has like a few injury concerns, but Arroyo's good. I really like the Milrow pick for them. I think that's a good pick.
So why do you like the
and everyone else-
Milrow pick so much? Because I don't understand it if you
just
just signed
because-
Darnold.
I feel like it's the right team to go for Milrow just because Darnold, I just don't know how he's going to do in Seattle.
There's still question marks about him.
Right. So I'm saying having Milrow was he's touted as like, I don't know, QB 3 to 5. It's very, I know everyone has different grades on the quarterbacks, but I feel like that's a good spot for him.
Right.
Right. But that's all my reasoning. But yeah,
All
I
right.
think that's it. I don't really know anybody else.
Fair enough.
All right, Matt.
Ooh, so the
What do you
NFC
got next?
South is next. So we're gonna go to the Falcons.
Okay.
I gave them so originally when I was writing this up, I gave them a B. I think I want to give them a. I'm gonna give them an. I'll give them an A. Yeah, fuck it. They're gonna get an A. And the reason, so you guys are gonna knock on them because of that trade. I think the trade was fine because the Falcons are trying to like win currently because they're fucking stupid. So like.
Okay.
So they're gonna go. They got Jalen Walker, great, and then they traded back in to go get James Pierce. So they shore up that defensive line that's already pretty good. So what's next for them? They go get Xavier Watts, pair him next to Jesse Bates. The defense is fine now, and then you just kind of fuck around with the offense, which probably isn't great. It is what it is. But like I think they're definitely trying to compete in a weak division to make the playoffs, and that's what that trade probably was. Just to win the division.
Yeah, no, I don't agree. I give him a C
That's
minus.
yeah, I
Why did you
expect.
trade a future first round pick, probably top 20, for James Pierce? We'll never know.
Well, see,
You have
that's the thing though, Matt.
it's
Like,
this once again. Here we go. He starts
well,
going up. Let me finish my point. Let me finish
Jamie.
my point. And then for that, if you have a young quarterback like that, you got to give it time. Michael Penix hasn't started a full season yet. I don't know why you're trying to compete. I get that you say that they should, they shouldn't, and that's part of the grade. They doubled up on edge. I guess Jalen Walker's hybrid linebacker edge doesn't really make a difference to me. You doubled up on edge for no reason, doubled up on safety for no reason when you have Jesse Bates already there, didn't touch the O line, did not touch D tackle, it didn't like get anything you need. C minus, have fun with it.
Okay.
I you gotta compete though.
You can say it
You have
now.
to compete in the NFC South. Like you look at the teams in the NFC South. You have a Panthers team that's not gonna compete. You have a Saints team that sucks, and then you have a Tampa Bay team. It's the Falcons and Tampa that are competing for the division. The Falcons, all they had, I think they were what, a game or two out.
Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina's gonna be they're
Well,
not gonna be like they're fringe. They're not gonna get in next year. Like their only hopes to win the division. They're not gonna do that because the Falcons and Tampa are gonna just fucking run through them because the Panthers can't beat them.
I would not give up my everything they gave up in a first at my second round pick and my first round pick next year for James Pierce. I wouldn't do it.
Well, look, it's not a good trade, but I understand why they did it. Like, is it stupid? Yeah, but they're gonna try. They're gonna try to do it. Like,
I understand why you gave the wrong answer, but
Uh,
but like even though it's the wrong answer, I'm still gonna give you credit. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, James.
okay. So, ignoring next year, I would say this is like a B plus. If I'm accounting for next year, fucking why? I would
that's the
give them
letter
like a
grade.
C.
That's
Listen,
the letter grade's
shut
a
up.
one.
It's why.
Anyway, my turn. My turn. Anyway, why? Okay, I knew they doubled up at edge. I thought that was, not a bad decision. Why would you double up at safety? Why? Why?
I
That
like
makes
Watts
no
too,
sense.
but I just
I
yeah.
like Watts, but why would you even like I like Bowman too. I like Bowman, but why would you pick him after going for Watts? I don't like it. Jalen Walker is really good. I really like Jalen Walker. Listen, I understand the edge. They've been having the edge problem for years, so I get wanting to get James Pierce,
Real.
but not for 20 picks. That's a lot. You gave up your first round next year. I mean, if they
They
were
got
in a
desperate.
they're acting like they're in a win now mode. First off, I would have, they still need Penix to develop a little bit before I'd say that they focused really only on defense. I like Jack Nelson, even he's the tackle they took in the 7th round, but like
Seventh
they're
round
not
pick.
in a win. Like they're acting like they're in a win now mode when they're not in a win now. If you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Like
and I think it's
so
fair to criticize him for that.
that's the only reason I thought if they were like like actually playoff
Mhm.
competitive, like competing team, then yes, this would be a good decision for them. But they aren't right now. So I would say I would give them like a B minus, a C around that range.
Got it.
Hmm.
All right.
Interesting. I'm not gonna argue with you on that, but
Good. We're gonna take more
fuck you,
time.
fuck you.
You're outnumbered. This is our podcast now.
So the
The
Panthers.
Jedi are taking over.
There's something so rough. Okay, the Panthers. They got an A.
It's okay to admit your brain dead, Bishop.
Bitch, I
No
literally.
need for that. No need
All
for
right.
that. No need for that. No need for that. No need for that. No
I'm
need for that.
joking. Chill.
No need for that. All right, Matt. What do you got for the
The
Panthers?
Panthers. I gave them an A. I think they had a great end of year last year. So they were just like, look, we have our quarterback. We don't need him. We don't need to reach on a quarterback this draft. We're good. We have him. Let's build. Let's start our process. So they go get Tet, which is great because I think Thielen's still there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's still there.
Mhm.
So you have Tet, Thielen, who Thielen was having a great year at the end of that last season. And then I think you have
Mhm.
Xavier Legette there, who's like mid, but he's your wide receiver 3. Like that's fine. And then the second round, you go get Nick Sorton, who's a Brian Burns replacement, pretty much, which is fine. He's not going to be Brian
Yeah.
Burns, but like you know, he's that guy you
Right.
throw over there. And then you go get safety, which you need because Jeremy Chin left. You go get defensive tackle to shore up that line, and then you go get tight end, which honestly I don't even know if the Panthers have a tight end contract. So
Tommy Tremble.
Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, let's be honest. They probably should have taken Tyler
Don't
Ward.
disrespect Tommy Tremble like that.
But anyway, the Tet pick's good. They will be in competitive in the division next year. I don't know how far they will get. I don't know if they can beat the Falcons and Tampa, but they'll definitely give them a run for their money next year. So.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I'm gonna try and keep mine short too for the sake of time, but I gave him an A. I mean, Tech gives Bryce Young a weapon. Scourt and Uma Milan are both weapons off the edge. I almost like Uma Milan more at that value, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they did what they need to do. They built for the future. It's what the Falcons should have done. Good pick. A.
Instead of
They were
trading their
draft pick.
first and second next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, James, you're up.
I'm also going to give them an A. Actually, I like Tet.
Do we all agree on something?
Yeah, we do.
Round of applause.
Good job, everybody. We succeeded at something. I like Tet on the Panthers. If Bryce Young continues to develop and become better, then I think they're going to be a competing team. Nick Scourton in the second round, obviously, I think that's a decent pick.
I think
I
we had them
like
both
Princely
mocked
in the third
first.
round a little bit more. Like value wise, I think that's a really good pick. I like Lathan Ransom, the safety they drafted too, and I like Mitchell Evans if they're able. He's a really good like blocking tight end. But I'm not sure how he fares like in the other stuff. And I really like Jimmy Horn too, as well as in the sixth round.
Hell
So I
yeah,
think
Colorado.
as well. Hell yeah. And I think that's
Yeah, so
Nice.
the Saints are next, and I have some very strong opinions on the Saints.
oh man.
So do I.
They
Okay.
We can take more time on this one.
they got
We
an
can take
F.
some time
They
on
got
this
an
one.
Word.
F. Fuck, they they got an F. They
Really?
I have
Okay.
no problem with Kelvin Banks. It just do not pick him at 9. What are you doing? You had no business picking Kelvin Banks at 9. If you really wanted Kelvin Banks, you go trade back to a team that could have used pick 9 on anything else. It makes no sense that you go reach for a guy that could have been late first round at 9. There's so much the Saints needed that you could have picked here. So much. And then you go get Kelvin Banks. I don't even know who else they picked. Kelvin Banks alone is fine. Oh, they got a quarterback in round 2 that was not Shedeur Sanders.
Yes, Matt. Okay.
That... like, Shedeur Sanders would have fit so goddamn well with what Kellen Moore loves to do. And they're just like, no. Throw them out the fucking window because they're idiots. Makes no sense.
I mean, I love the Matt crash outs. This is great. I'm just sitting here smiling like an idiot while Matt's sitting here throwing things, like throwing his hands in the air. It's lovely.
You see
but
this
yeah, no.
gnome? You see this gnome right here? If I get angry one more time, he's going through a goddamn window.
Oh God, you're gonna put on a list. This isn't great. But no, yeah, I agree. I gave him a D plus, because I just don't think anybody was an F necessarily. My first bullet point was this shit was ass. So yeah, Banks is a reach, but I'm not as passionate about it as Matt. I think he would have went like, I don't know,
To
for
Seattle.
value, like, yeah, like late teens, early 20s in the first. I think it's fine. Like maybe reach like, okay, we can forgive that. But Shuck, I was actually talking to Vince about this the other day.
Oh,
Shuck is going to be either Mac Jones or Gardner Minshew, but a little bit like maybe like around that in the sense that he's going to be good that first year because he's 25. He's the best arm talent in the draft right now, but he
Yeah.
won't be in a year, and then he's going to fall off a cliff. So he's
25
pretty
is
much there
crazy.
filling for-
25
Yeah,
is
he's
crazy.
I think he's almost. I think he turns 26 very soon. Actually.
Lovely, yeah.
What
Other
a
than
pick!
that,
What a pick!
Yeah, the lovely Brandon Whedon. Yeah, that was a slight reach, but really at this point you couldn't salvage it. You reap what you sow.
Right.
This is what they get for doing what they do. It's okay. Kellen Moore, have fun over there.
Fucking idiots.
So, James.
I actually, I like how Bishop crashes out at the Tyler Shuck pick and the Kelvin Banks, but not the Priest correlation.
Oh, I didn't even go that
Alright.
far. I didn't. Oh yeah, the
I
priest.
forgot
Don't.
about that.
Forgot about
Anyway,
that. Yeah.
I genuinely think the Dolphins would have picked Banks if he was there, so I don't hate the Kelvin Banks pick
Right.
for them. The Tyler Shuck pick is actually disgusting. It's just like you. I
Wait,
I
wait.
get the Shedeur Sanders
Didn't
stuff,
Armstead
but
come out for the Dolphins pick? What if they did pick
I
Kelvin
I
Banks?
think so.
If they picked Kelvin Banks, Armstead would have just been announcing his replacement live on national
Oh
television.
yeah,
I've been fire.
pretty much. But Tyler Shuck. I mean, he's almost. I've heard he's almost 26. I don't. I don't see it working out for them. I do like Danny Stutzman and Quincy Riley in the fourth round, and then that's really it. I'm probably gonna give him like a C minus. I just don't think. I just do not like the Tyler Shuck pick at all. I think Vernon Broughton, I think is how you pronounce his name. I think that's really early for him. I think he's more of a fifth round, sixth round, maybe fourth round guy. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I like
They're
like I said, I like the Calvin Banks pick, but that's really. And then Stutzman and Riley in the fourth round are okay, but that's really it.
their first two
Yeah,
picks
Stutzman I
killed their
liked.
draft.
Devin Neal I liked, but I just can't give him
Yeah.
anything but a
Okay.
D plus. So
That's
have
fair.
fun with that.
Yeah.
Tampa's next. I
Okay.
Tampa made me very sad because the wide receiver they picked, which I'm not gonna pronounce their name, so I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Oh my god, Emeka Egbuka,
Yes,
bro.
that
Come
man.
on,
That
Amika
man.
dude.
Ibuka.
Yes.
Holy hell.
That man.
Not that hard.
They should not have picked him, and they should not have picked a wide receiver round one. I understand why they did it. They need a Mike Evans replacement, but they have Chris Godwin under contract now. They had Malachi Starks sitting in their fucking laps, and they should have gotten Malachi Starks. They get Malachi Starks. That defense easily has a massive turnaround in the secondary. They get a linebacker. They get corners. Like if they drafted Starks, their grade goes from like a C to like a high B. It's like they just like their wide receiver just doesn't make sense. Like I understand why you do it, but like wait, like you could have waited.
I guess they could have used I don't know, like a safety, but I mean as far as like people they should have picked, I agree they shouldn't have picked Egbuka, but like Campbell was still there.
Oh shit, I forgot about
Who
Campbell.
else
Yeah,
was it?
he was
Yeah,
still there.
like people like that. Like, yeah, I would have moved probably closer to that territory before I talked about Starks. But yeah, I did like Starks. So yeah, as far as what I did
Mhm.
for them, I gave them a B minus. Didn't need to address wide receiver, but they did pick my favorite wide receiver left, so I'll allow it. I like Egbuka a lot.
Fair
The only
enough.
reason I didn't mock him in round one is because I thought people were gonna pass on him. I was wrong,
I'm very
which I'm happy
happy
about.
that Tampa
Yeah,
picked him here, just
yeah.
because of what the
He's gonna fit in the
Packers did.
slot real. Yeah, he's gonna fit in the slot real well, right inside of Evans and Godwin, and maybe take it over after that. Other than that, Morrison's fine for that second round pick, and they took two cornerbacks, so
Yeah,
at that point, I like both of them. One of them will be fine. It's just B minus. Not necessarily impressed, not necessarily hate it.
fair enough.
You pass.
You passed the class.
Yeah, good job.
Interesting. I actually really like their draft. I I think they could have traded back a little bit for Igbuka because I think the Packers were pretty set on taking Golden. I didn't think that was going to change. Maybe to like the mid 20s, late 20s, like where the Rams were picking almost, but obviously the Rams weren't going to
Mhm.
trade up. But I like Igbuka. I think he's probably I like him like I think he's the best receiver or one or two. Like he's one of the best receivers in the draft. I like Benjamin Morrison. I like Jacob Parrish. I like David Walker. I like Elijah Roberts. I like all of them. Like they're all good players. Um, so I would give them like a B plus. I think. I think I think they picked all good players, and I like their draft. I think they could have gotten more value from their first round, but other than that, I don't got really anything else to critique.
The only
Fair.
thing that I think Green Bay would have taken him if he, that's why I'm like happy
Okay.
they took him
Mm.
because we do not need a
Okay.
slot guy. I think we would have taken him, which I would have been upset with
Yeah, he is more of a slot guy.
because we have Jaden Reed, so like we don't need that. Even though
Right.
a wide receiver is a wide receiver point, like.
Fair.
But we do turn our attention to the NFC North. The Bears. The Bears. Um,
The Bears.
you guys probably don't agree with me with the Bears because I'm incredibly biased. Incredibly
Okay.
biased. They're like,
Where's that Packers flag in the back
yeah,
of the room?
yeah. Where is it? Somewhere over there. It's somewhere.
It's above the closet. Yeah.
They got like a D minus, damn near an F. I
Wow.
Sheesh.
hate the
Wow.
Cooper Loveland pick at 10.
Colston,
Colston. Sorry, I keep calling him
Troglodyte.
Cooper. I
Don't disrespect
I
Copeland.
hate the pick at 10. They have Cole Kmet. Makes no sense. If you want him so bad, trade out. Um, I think it
You
was,
say that.
but apparently,
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
so James was saying, I think it was James. No, it was Ben. So
I did
Or was
say
it
this. I know
James?
what you're referring
that
to.
teams were calling to trade up at 8, 9,
Yep.
10 to go,
They
and
were.
then when the Bears
Okay,
took
alright,
Loveland,
I'll
the
allow
call
it.
stopped. So I imagine people had him higher than I thought they did, which I don't know
Yeah,
why.
he's
Mhm.
closer to Warren than you give him credit for.
Probably.
I'll explain this when you get to me.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll let it go to James. But yes, you
Um.
have your D- hater pick. Got
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
Okay.
They also probably should have picked defense, if we're being honest. Like, the Bears' offense right now is pretty damn good. Like, non-biasedly, like, they have
Mhm.
what they need to compete. It just, I think they probably could have gone to a safety or a linebacker, but then, like, you would have reached on a safety, so,
All right.
I mean,
We'll let
Okay.
Matt take up more time for the NFC North. We'll let it happen.
maybe you go get an edge, like, Parano, I don't know. I mean, the Bears,
Over Sweat.
yeah, I mean, you put Sweat on one side, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The Bears are weird. I hate
You
talking
just
about the
it's
Bears.
just you're trying to yeah. You just don't
Yeah,
want to think about the Bears.
yeah.
With Sweat and they
Er,
just signed another edge recently. I forget who it was, but I know
Oh,
he's starting caliber. Yeah.
we'll talk about this, but the Packers made a move Monday. About
Oh, that's good. So I gave the Bears the highest grade in the entire NFC North. Big.
oh, we're gonna have
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of problems with the Packers.
So yeah, obviously not a fan. I'm not like huge in the Loveland pick. Well, I think Warren's better, but I think I'm looking mostly at the rest of their draft for this. I really like the rest of it. I agree with Matt that they could have gone defense for what they did, which is why they got docked down to a B. Luther Burden, good pick there.
I do
like
like
Luther
the Burden
Burden.
pick.
He was a first round pick prior to that. Prior to all
Right.
of this, Ozzy Trapilo, probably one of the better tackles in the second round.
Mhm.
Somebody I think another team should have taken. He's a monster, 6'8", 316, 316 pounds. He's the correct pick right there for them.
Right.
Just load onto that. Love Shamar Turner on the line. I think he's a monster. Love that. Fuck you, Matt. This is the best draft in the NFC North, and we will have words.
We're gonna have a
Okay.
lot of words.
We will have words. All right, James.
Okay. I'm gonna give him like a B plus, A
Fuck's sake,
minus.
guys.
I was like, you're gonna hate me if you hate his take.
If you
So
have-
the reason I think Colson Loveland went before Tyler Warren is because Colson Loveland's been doing like Tyler Warren was
Oh shit, we
I
were
think he
talking
played
about
QB
this.
at one point. Like Tyler Warren just exploded in the last year, I believe.
Loveland's been
And Colson
around, yeah.
he's like I was following him like 2 years ago because I was hoping that Philly would actually get him when it was time to move on from Goddard. But I mean, obviously, I didn't know he was going to be like a first round pick. I knew he was good, but I didn't think he was that good. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, I like Colston Loveland there. I know they have Cole Kmet, but giving um, Caleb Williams a first round tight end, I think they can utilize him and really with Ben Johnson. I think that's a good pick for them. Luther Burden is a steal in the second round. He's a first round talent. Ozzy Dropilo, I really like as a tackle. I like Shamar Turner as well. Very good player. I don't know who Ruben Hippolyte is, the second. I don't know who that is, but I like his name, so that's good enough. Zaw
He was
Frazier.
unranked on ESPN, so.
Okay. I like Zaw Frazier, and I like Kyle Monangai from Rutgers. I like those. So
Oh,
I
they
think they had a
picked
pretty good
Rutgers
draft.
guy.
Yeah, they picked him in the seventh
Okay.
round. I thought that was a really good pick for them in the seventh round at least. So yeah, I think they had a pretty good draft in my opinion.
Matt's like shaking a little bit.
He's got like the cartoon fumes out of his ears right now.
Turned like the steam. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
the steam.
Oh my god. All right, Matt. Who's next?
The Lions are next.
Oh man.
I didn't like the Lions draft, even though I say that every goddamn year, and I'm always wrong. So, like, fuck me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
always wrong about the Lions.
Right.
So, I just didn't think they did that well. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing impressed me in their class at all.
Okay.
I agree. I gave them a C. What'd you give them? What was your
Oh,
rating?
give him a C minus.
I gave him a C. Yeah. Tyleek was a reach. Should not have taken him there. Isaac Tesla, reach, bad, not good. I don't like that. And then they only had 4 other picks in there. They got a white safety, Dan Jackson. Sounds like the dude from the Key and Peele skit.
It does. It
Exciting
really
whites.
does.
Dan Smith, BYU type pick. But and then I really like Tate Ratledge. That's the only reason they're not in the D's.
Hmm. That's
Um,
fair.
I really like Ratledge. I think anybody who's looking O-line in the second round should have looked his way. It sucks that
Hmm.
the Lions did, but
Yeah,
it's
fuck
what
the
it is.
Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
All right, James.
I'm gonna give them like a C plus here, B minus.
B
Tyleek
minus.
Williams is a second round talent. He's really good. He's a good I would say he's really like a close player to Jordan Davis. He's really good at stopping the run, but I don't. He's got to fix up a few things, but I don't think he should be in the first round. I think he's more of a second round guy. I really like Tate Ratledge. I think that's a good pick for them. Isaac Tesla, I heard they gave up like 2 third-round picks to move up and get him, which is insane. I don't know. I didn't even hear. Heard his tape was really good, but I don't know what the deal is with him. I don't know. I like Miles Frazier as well. I think that was a really good pick, but I don't know why you double up on guard unless they're also having problems at both guard positions, which I don't know about.
I think they
But
lost one.
I heard. Yeah, I know they lost one. What was his name? Zietler or
Yeah,
something like that.
Kevin Zeitler, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I
So I don't.
really like it.
Right. I didn't. Maybe they just needed depth there. I like Dan Jackson. I think he's a cool pick. And it was in the 7th round, but I heard he was decent. But still, I think they could have done a lot better. To be honest, I think they were going for James Pierce until the Falcons did that ridiculous trade.
That would
In
be
my
crazy if
opinion,
they
and
did.
that's why they reached
Yeah.
for Tyleek. But that's what I think. But
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's the worst. But I think they could have done better. To be honest.
Got it.
You spent
Okay.
more time on the Lions than I fucking did.
Yeah, with me and
Thorough
Matt, we just
analysis.
went through it. Let's go, Matt. Packers. Let's
All
do
right,
it. James, you can
Packers.
go before me for this one.
All right, let's go.
I gave him a B plus. And
Okay.
Mhm.
I like Matthew Golden. Was he the best receiver in the class? No, but we needed a big wide receiver since Christian Watson's going to be out for the whole year.
Big in what way?
Like
Big in what way?
being like not a slot guy, able to like move out on the spot, like on the
How tall do you think Matthew Golden is?
Isn't he like 6 something? I don't fucking know.
He's 5'11".
Oh shit.
Matt.
Oh shit.
He's 5'11", 190 pounds.
He looked taller on the TV.
That's
Oh,
what they all
shit.
say.
Oh,
shit!
shit.
Because he ran a 4.2 840.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's no good. I like that.
That's why he's going in the first round. Yeah.
I'm going in after this. James, you can go before me, but continue.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Let Matt finish. Let Matt finish.
Bishop, go ahead.
5'11". Anyway.
Yeah, he's 5'11".
Anyway, we go get Belton, offensive lineman in the second round. I like him because our whole O line decided to fucking get injured at the wild card game, so we do need O line. We go get a wide receiver in the third. I don't know. It's all right, I guess. Like I'm not like our wide receiver room's fucking massive right
Here's
now.
your big wide receiver. He's 6'4". I'll spoil
So,
that one for you.
All right, that's nice. I like that. I just like
Right.
God, we just have so many wide receivers now. It's like what? Like one of them has to be good. Like, like one of them has to be good.
Pretty franchise over there in Green Bay.
Damn.
And then day
James, you
three,
go. Oh,
day
never
3,
mind.
they get 2 edges. The one out of the one out of Texas, I really like. I forget his name, but I like him.
Baron Sorrell.
Yeah, I like Sorrell. Day 3 is fantastic. I think value for him. So that's
Okay.
nice. Probably should have gone a corner, not in the 7th round.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did get a
All
corner.
right, James.
That was rough.
okay.
Yeah.
I think Matthew Golden's a good pick for them in the first round.
Matt
think
just shaking
Anthony-
his-
Oh, I think it's a good pick. I didn't say it was a great pick. I think it's a good pick. I'm gonna give them like a B, like a solid B. Anthony Belton, you guys took a little too early. I like him, but he's like very big, but he's not fast at all. I think you guys should move him in the guard, to be honest, at the NFL level.
I'll be James. I'm gonna cut you off here. We move our offensive linemen more than the fucking Fuck, I need a
Okay.
good analogy.
Well, if you move him in the guard, perfect.
We
Great.
we
but
rotate
I
them
think-
more than the fucking like carousels. Like
I see.
like Elton
Got
Jenkins.
there eventually.
Yeah,
Got there eventually.
Elton
guys.
Jenkins was playing
Understood.
fucking center for us at one point.
I see.
Oh my
Um,
god. Okay.
And I agree. I think you guys should have went corner a lot earlier than you
Oh,
did.
I agree,
Um,
100%.
A lot earlier. Like that should have been like a second, third round pick for you. I think you guys should have went and gotten Trey Amos. Who the Commanders
Yeah,
got, to be
that would have been
honest
great.
with you.
That would have been fantastic.
I think that would've
Instead
been a
of
great
Belton,
pick.
go get
Um,
Trey Amos.
Free.
For Amos.
I don't care. I don't care. Reach. Reach for Amos in the second round. I don't know when he
Oh.
went, but like reach.
He went like at the end of the second round.
Yeah, reach for. Yeah, perfect. Then we didn't even have to reach for him in the second. Don't
But,
trade out Belton for fucking.
Savion Williams is like he's really good. With the yards after the catch, but there's like
Well,
there's
that's
some
the
drops,
Packers in a nutshell. Oh,
I was about to say you guys like drops, don't you?
he's a gig Packers wide
so-
receiver.
Johnson. Quentin
So I'm like, I don't think you need
Johnson.
any more PTSD from
TCU,
that.
baby.
so.
Oh no, Matt.
Um,
Wait. So the Packers led the NFL last year in drops.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys
Quentin
did.
Johnson went to TCU and you drafted a big TCU wide receiver. It's Quentin Johnston. You drafted Quentin Johnston.
This gnome
On.
this gnome's going through a fucking window.
All right.
Uh-oh. Um,
Yeah. All right.
And I do like John Williams in the 7th round. He's a
Is he
good tackle
was
for
he-
you.
okay, tackle.
I
Mhm.
want them to know the 7th rounders. Let's do this. Matt, you got a C
ahead.
plus. Your draft wasn't good. Sorry. Matthew Golden, I don't like him. I don't know why. He only rose because of that 40 time. Every time I see a receiver rise into the first round because of his 40 time, it's usually dog shit. John Ross vibes immediately.
Yeah, it was John Ross.
Yeah, this is. I don't know really what he does. He really was in a stacked offense last year. He was barely had more like receiving yards than Isaiah Bond, who I'm pretty sure went undrafted, and Gunnar Helm, who is the tight end that went in the fourth.
Gunnar
round.
Helm. Yeah.
I don't. He's small. I had in my notes he's small. So when you say he's big, I'm like, am I stupid or are you?
Mainly, it's mostly me.
and obviously. Yeah, we've touched on it already. They need a cornerback, and they did not get one. That's something
So,
that they should have done. They had plenty of opportunities. I'm still going. That tackle they took is not the one that they should have taken. Anthony Belton was not good.
I
enough.
agree.
Multiple people, including who your division rivals, the Bears picked, not a couple of picks earlier.
So if the
This
Bears
is
picked
not
them
what you
earlier,
needed to
then we
do.
couldn't
This is
pick them.
not the step forward you needed to take. You get a C plus, and you will be happy for it.
No, I'm gonna fucking fuck you.
Oh, he
Oh.
got picked after.
After.
The
Okay, because
Packers
you
did.
said earlier, so I thought you meant that the tackle got taken.
No,
Okay.
you should have picked. You should have picked Trapilo instead, in my opinion.
So
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know, like, to try to justify what Green Bay was thinking with not picking a corner, they just signed Nate Hobbs, and I guess they're keeping Jair, but, like, that's still a giant fucking hole on the defense. Like,
Yeah.
like, they really need a corner. It's
Maybe
probably...
Right.
instead of drafting another wide receiver that you won't throw to, you should throw to the ones that you already have.
We don't throw to anybody! We
Yeah,
throw
I
the
know.
ball!
Yeah.
Just run Josh Jacobs into the ground.
Josh Jacobs gets so many goddamn carries on an injury-prone
Maybe
offensive
Because your
line.
fucking passing offense was horrid.
It's
Which
just
I don't
gonna
know
be your
why-
offense next year.
I don't know why-
Because your receivers can't catch anything.
Yeah, but the problem is Romeo Dobbs could catch. The only person that, like, there was, like, one guy, I forget his fucking name, probably because we cut him.
That's one motherfucker.
He dropped every ball that was thrown to him. Christian Watson's
Yeah,
injured.
yeah.
He doesn't count. He's dead. So, like, but
He's dead. Yeah.
Jaden Reed is so goddamn good. He had such a good week one, and then we just stopped throwing the ball to the fucking guy.
He
Makes
didn't
no
exist
god-
anymore.
Here, I'm gonna give you an insight into the future. Your offense next year is gonna be play action, where Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed are running circles in the all open down the field, and either they hand it off in a RPO to Jacobs anyway,
Mhm.
or Love throws it 10 yards too far. It's intercepted by the corners that you should have taken.
Or
So
we're gonna throw a screen pass to that fucking Williams guy.
Oh boy.
and not
6'4" guy, yeah.
and not to the short pass.
Oh my God, you're
Though
screwed. It's
I will
over.
say this, you guys, Matt is a lot nicer than every other fucking Packers fan on the internet. Every single year, we go through this cycle of everyone's like, fire LaFleur, fire the GM, fire everybody, and
Doesn't fire anybody.
I'm like, what the
Mm.
fuck are these people talking? Matt LaFleur has like the second best record in the first like 5 years of his career outside Nick Sirianni.
Mhm.
Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like that beats
We
out
spent yeah,
that beats out
we've not
the Niners coach. The guy that replaced Bill Walsh back in the day. He inherited like Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott. Like he inherited those teams.
I see.
So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
we spent eight. We spent.
We
8
should
minutes
move on.
Packers. It's time to go.
shorter than the Rams.
Help.
Let's shorter than the Rams.
The Vikings.
Vikings.
I gave them a D plus because they didn't have a first round pick. Or no, they didn't
What
have
are
a
you talking
second. They
about?
didn't have a second. They didn't have a
So
second.
like,
My bad.
huh?
They didn't have a second. And I think their first round was a reach.
Okay.
It makes no sense. Oh, and they got another wide receiver. I don't know why they did
Yes.
that. They have Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, who Justin Jefferson just signed an extension.
And don't they have what's his name? Jalen Naylor, I think his name is.
Oh yeah, they got
Yeah.
him
Like
too.
the
They
receiver
did
three?
not need a wide receiver. They probably could have went with a safety to replace Harrison Smith or to play alongside him or a corner.
I'll give my review. It'll take all of 15 seconds. C minus. Donovan Jackson was a reach. They didn't need a receiver. This was a nothing draft.
Mhm.
They will get nothing from this except maybe a little bit of guard help. Go.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Fair.
James.
I'm gonna give them a C. Donovan Jackson was a reach. I think he's a really good player, but I don't think I think that's a bit of a reach. Felton, I mean, I like Felton, Ty Felton, but I don't see a need at receiver right now. I think they could have gone elsewhere with that. Ingram Dawkins, I heard, is like a very underrated player. So he's good for the 5th round, and Kobe King, I think, is really a solid player. So I
I'd
think they
say
did better in the later rounds. But other than that, like I think I know they only had 5 picks, but
yeah.
I don't think they didn't. I don't
They
know if they
fucked up
traded or
almost every
anything,
single
but
one of them.
We don't gotta spend more
no,
than 2 minutes. They had 5 picks.
right.
Two
I
of
didn't
them
think
were
they.
the
I think they
first.
could have done better, but
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
The
You got
NFC
next, Matt.
East is time. That's their time.
Oh, fun.
We're starting with the Cowboys, which, all bias aside,
Okay.
I gave them a B. Believe it or not, I think they
Okay.
did rather well. Unfortunately, because I fucking hate the Cowboys. They get his name's
Mhm.
Trevor, right? Trevor
Booker.
Booker, right? Yeah, that right.
No,
Is that his
Tyler
name?
Booker.
Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Oh yeah, it's the Tylers. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because I kept typing
Tylers.
Trevor and it was Tyler. Okay, so Tyler Booker. It is a reach, but
Nice
like
to meet
if
ya.
you reach for an offensive lineman, I think Booker's probably the only one that you would go there.
Kelvin Banks.
Kelvin Banks. Oh fuck! No! He's no.
Kelvin Banks.
They got Ezaraku. Of course they did. The one guy from New Jersey goes to fucking Dallas. Whatever. Good
Todd
edge.
Campbell's from Timber Creek.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. That's cool. Ezaraku's gonna be good for them paired next to Parsons. I mean, Ezaraku's gonna take like another probably a year to get to a level, but like pretty good for them. They get a corner, they get 2 DTs, they shore up that D line. It looks like they're gonna try to rebuild that defense and then get rid of Dak. Probably what they're.
Think so. Okay. That's a topic for another day. But
Yeah.
yeah, I actually agree. I let bias aside. Excuse me. I gave him a B plus. Booker pick is bad value, but he was going to go in the first round, so beggars can't be choosers. Ezaraku, I really liked. He's a project, but I think he'll be very, very good in this league, and it may be scary to see him coming at Jalen Hurts alongside Michael Parsons in a little bit. Siobhan Revel fell because of his injury history, but other than that, he was probably around where Hairston was in grades if you don't count injuries. I mean, obviously Hairston, I think, also had an injury, which is kind of funny, but Um, yeah, I mean, Jaden Blue's a really, really good player as well. I really like him. I really liked him at Texas as well. I think they're gonna, yeah, B plus. They did well. If it wasn't for Booker, it'd have been an A. So
Fuck. Anyway, go James.
Um, Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna give them like a B plus, A minus.
yeah,
I think they had a really good first 3 rounds, even with Siobhan Revel having the injuries. Like getting him in the third round is very good considering he was, I think, before, I don't know when he got injured exactly, but he was um ranked as like a first round talent at some point. So I think, he's a really good pick there. Tyler Booker is a reach, but I mean, they have like 3 offensive linemen named Tyler now, so that's cool. Donovan Ezeraku in the second round is crazy. Like they got him at pick 12 in the second round. That's really good value for them. Jaden Blue, he's a good running back. And yeah, I like their first 4 picks. I'm not sure who the rest of them are, but I really like their first 4 round. No, like they didn't have a pick in round 4, but I really like their first 3 picks. No, Booker's a reach. Like they could have traded back and got him, but um, I think Booker was in an interview saying he can't wait to go against Jalen Carter. That's a rookie mistake. I really want Carter to just
literally,
run over this dude at every single game. But other than that,
he's
I
tiny
think
too.
really good. Right. I think they had a really good draft.
Also, it seems like they gave Jerry Jones less. They gave him a lot of meds. They made some smart decisions.
Yeah, they gave him like a triple dose of melatonin and put him in a closet. That's about what happened.
Triple dose.
Yeah,
All right, the Giants.
Russell's meme.
Okay.
I gave him a B. I think
Not the Commanders. Are you not going alphabetical?
I don't know. The Giants showed up next on the well, Washington.
Okay,
Okay.
let's
So
do it.
D and
Oh, you're doing the okay. Got
yeah,
it.
the
Okay,
city.
okay, okay.
So the
Yeah.
Giants, the Abdul Carter pick was fine. I think it was
Mhm.
easy pick. I know we all are a little divided on Jackson Dart. I think it's fine that they traded back in to go get him because I think the Steelers probably were going to trade back in and get him if he didn't. Um, it's just like, I mean, they get Scadaboo. He's fine. They're building their offense for the future while their defense is already like fine because now you have Abdul Carter, uh, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and that's fucking horrifying.
Mhm.
They get a B.
Okay.
I'm just making sure I get the details right for this. Okay, so I mean, I'll go for now. The Jackson Dart trade, they gave up their second round pick, their third round pick, and the 2026 third round pick. So it wasn't a bad trade necessarily value wise. This is more what the Falcons should have done. Um, but nonetheless, I gave him a B. Obviously, Abdul Carter is going to help that grade a lot. He's a monster. I think he's the best guy in the draft. We made that known.
Right.
But Dart's not first rounder for me. I think for them, they had
Didn't
the
wait.
luxury of
Didn't
being
you
able to
have
do.
him mocked 9?
Yeah, because I thought they were going to be stupid. I
It
also wish
doesn't
they were
mean he
going to
thinks
the
it's a
Jets.
smart
It
pick.
wasn't. It wasn't my like. Oh, I think you should take him here. This is what because I did that last year. My
Yeah.
draft, my mock draft sucked even more. This was the better version, where I just like, oh,
2.0.
What's the stupidest thing they can do right now? It still wasn't stupid enough for like half the teams,
Kelvin
so it
Mhm.
didn't
Banks.
matter.
Kelvin fucking
Um,
Banks.
yeah, I had him mocked at 9 to the Saints because like the Saints need a quarterback. They'll do something stupid,
And
but I
then they
don't
then
actually
they
think
did
he's a
something
first round
stupid later.
talent. Yeah, Shuck. I figured he would be like early second round type thing. I really don't even know. He's such a project, so I guess I can have the thing considered behind Jameson. Um,
And Russ.
excuse me, Jameson Russ. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not. I think they had the luxury of waiting until next year, where there's multiple people that are like looking to go top 10 for quarterbacks. And I think they could have taken a shot at one of those. But the rest of their draft, I really liked. I thought it was really good. Darius Alexander, big fan. Cam Scatabo, big fan. Marcus and Bow, big fan. Like they did really well otherwise. So I gave him a B. Maybe that would be a B plus, depending on how good Dart is, because I guess they didn't really lose
Mhm.
out on what their draft class could have been. But yeah,
Um, I think there were reports that Dable really liked Dart, so I think that's why they went Dart there.
yeah. Dable's seed is about as hot as like the Sahara right now. Like
Well, he
you're yeah.
honestly though, like You look at what the
What do
Giants
you
have
mean,
done. Like,
honestly?
well, look, his seat, like from our perspective, looks hot. But like if I'm the Giants, like, why would you like try to force him out? Like, you made Daniel
Because he
Jones look
hasn't
good.
won.
Yeah, but you make Daniel Jones look good. Like, fuck, man, that's hard to do. Like,
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
Schoen should definitely go. But you also gave Daniel Jones that contract, and
Yeah,
that's gonna be
I think the GM should go,
that's your
even though
biggest. Yeah.
they are both fighting for their jobs though, and they're doing very well so far. Well, I mean, like this off season in particular. Like as
Okay.
when their seats started getting hot, they're like, all right, we gotta fucking do our jobs.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. All right, James.
I'm gonna give them a B. I mean Abdul Carter, but everything that's said has been said. I also do not like Jackson Dart in the first round. I think that's a complete pressure pick. Because they needed somebody. I think they should have just rolled with Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. I think they should have just done that. But I really like Alexander in the third round. That's a very, very good pick. I like um,
Wait, can I cut you
Scatabo. Is that
off?
how you pronounce it?
Did you,
No.
Matt? Did you
Anyway,
say that the Giants traded their third?
yes,
I think so.
right.
Yeah.
How did they trade back in? How many thirds did this team have?
They might have had two.
They traded a third this year.
And then I guess they had two. I don't know. Anyway, I
Yeah.
became a fucking nerd.
I heard
It was mini
Scatabo is
market.
really
Yeah.
good. I haven't heard too much about him other than he's really good.
He's a
So
Heisman candidate, I believe. So.
Yeah.
oh, okay. Dang. Okay. Um,
I don't know why he fell so far, but yeah.
Emba was supposed to go in the second round. I don't know why he lasted to the fifth round, which is crazy.
I was
I'm
also
not
curious
sure,
about that.
but yeah, no, I don't. But I mean, that's a good pick. But still,
I
that.
was out on a bar crawl that like the day of the third day.
Mhm,
Say like it's like a biblical thing. Um,
right.
and yeah, like I every time I looked at like a TV like casting the draft, it was always best available, Shadur and Bao, like every single
Oh,
time.
okay.
So I
Wow.
was like, oh, this is kind of funny. I'm watching both of them fall, and like I would know when they got picked because they weren't there anymore. So
Right.
yeah.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
now
think
to
a
now
solid B.
now to the team of the hour.
The Eagles.
Team of the multiple hours
Really.
because we go so slow.
Yes, we go very
Mhm.
slow. I gave them a B plus. Um,
Okay.
I think they did very well getting Jahad Campbell. He can sit and
Mhm.
learn behind Zach Bond, or if you want to start him, you can start him, do whatever. Um,
Mhm.
I think they got a safety in the second round, correct?
Yes.
Yes, I like that.
Akuba.
That's good. He can either
He's
Mhm.
I have him in a few years probably replacing Reed Blankenship in some way, I'd imagine.
Okay.
I think
I
he
do,
takes opposite like
oh, I don't
I think he's taking CJ.
yeah, I don't
CJ
know.
spot.
I don't know what Philly has in store. They got a center, which is good. A tackle's good. A line, they love their linemen. They get them. Um,
Yeah.
the only gripe I have with Philly is not getting an edge. If they got an edge, I think it would have been
Mhm.
an A. I just think with Brandon
Okay.
Graham retiring, I think you had to get one somewhere, and they just didn't.
Mhm.
Which is
to be fair, we signed what's his name? Oh my god, from the Giants. Holy
Aziz
hell.
Ojolari,
That's the one.
and John or Josh Uche. I think it's Josh Uche from the Chiefs. But I don't know how much he played, if at all, last year. But
fair. I don't
Um,
know.
I don't know. Yeah, he could be like a depth piece.
yeah,
So
I heard he was really good a few years ago, but um, he hasn't really done too much recently.
right. Yeah, I mean, as for me, I did. I'll give mine. I gave an A minus. I think they could have done better, like taking an edge. Yeah, but I mean, Campbell's a
Mhm.
beast, and he felt us. We took him. Makuba, the guy we took at safety in the second round. 26. I'll just read some stats here. 26.7% incompletion rate when targeted, a 12.1% passer rating when targeted, and 5 picks last year. This guy's a beast. This guy is a beast. So I'm very happy taking him in the second round. I'm very happy I was wrong about
Mhm.
Watts because this guy looks insane. Ty Robinson was a falling defensive tackle for us as well. Stole him as
Mhm.
well in the fourth. Um, I believe it was Cameron Williams was his name. Yeah, was a second or
Cameron
third round
Williams.
talent.
Yeah.
A second or third round talent fell to the six. He's like 6'8" mammoth of a human. or
Mhm.
6'6" rather. Welcome to Stoutland University. Hopefully you learn a thing or two and become somebody that we can replace Lane with. So I liked it, A-, including
Mhm.
bias. So
James, did you say yours yet or no?
no.
No.
Perfect.
I'm also gonna do A minus. So to combat against the edge gripe, I also had that gripe. However, it seems like so when I did some research a little bit, and Jihad Campbell was originally an edge player. So he was he was like the top ranked at coming out of high school when he went to Timber Creek. He was an edge rusher. And they turned him into a linebacker in um Alabama because they already had Will Anderson and somebody else. So they made him a linebacker due to that. So I think they're going to
Dallas
utilize him not.
Turner, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I think it was Dallas Turner. Yeah, that's right. So I think what they're going to do with Jihad Campbell is they're going. I'm not saying he's going to turn out like this, but I think they're going to utilize him in a Micah Parsons-esque role, and they're going to make him like they're going to make him like rush the passer, and they're gonna make
Yeah.
he plays linebacker. But if you were watching Howie's like press conference after, they were saying they're gonna like utilize him in a bunch of different positions. They're gonna make him like versatile. So I think that's what their plan was and why they didn't go edge um after that. But still, I would have liked an edge. I would like Makuba. I heard Watts was rated higher than him, so I was confused on why they didn't go Watts. But I think it's just because Fangio prefers like coverage safeties better, and his coverage stats are way better than anyone else. So I was like, okay, that makes sense there. He's a little small. He's let me see, 5'11", 186. At least on this site he is. So I think he should put on a few more pounds. But I think I like the pick. He flies all over the field, so I like that pick.
James,
Ty Robinson
do people
is what?
grow on different websites?
No, I'm just saying on what I'm seeing, he's 186.
No, I'm like you said on this website. It says he's listed as that. I'm just weird. I'm just
Yeah, so I've heard like different things, I guess.
180 pounds.
He's 100. Yes, that's the gripe,
Damn,
is that he's
damn,
extremely small.
damn.
And that's
He's
why a lot of
not.
people.
He's
That's what it says here.
235.
I don't know. He's not 235. There's no way. No,
That's
he's not
what
235.
it says it on ESPN. He's 235.
Who are
So
we
it must
talking
be
about?
Jihad Campbell.
No,
I'm
I think
talking
he's
about
talking
Makuba.
Oh.
Oh,
Kuba
okay.
is
Got it.
186 pounds.
Also,
Yes.
to go back to
Yes.
Campbell,
Okay.
did we go to high school the same time as him?
I think he was there during COVID.
Okay, I was
So
about to say
yeah,
that. Makes
yeah, but
put your life in real fucking
right,
perspective.
yeah.
Oh,
So
Matt, you don't
Ty
even know.
Robinson, I
Oh,
really like the pick there. He played with Cam Jurgens in Nebraska. And he's known as the Vanilla Gorilla over there.
Can't be
I think that's
saying that
awesome.
shit, man.
He's he's in pre-med.
He's known as
I
the
think that's
Vanilla
Really?
Gorilla. We're just
the
gonna
Vanilla Gorilla.
look
He
at
has merch.
who is this?
Ty Robinson.
Ty Rob. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he has merch from Nebraska. He's like vanilla. He's known as the Vanilla Gorilla.
why did you just like go over that, like skimmed over that? Like that is like
I don't know. I didn't know how well known this
That
was.
is
True.
wild.
He does have merch.
Yeah, no. And he's the
Matt just
fastest
saw
D
his
tackle at the
podcast like
combine this
fly
year.
before his. Yeah, he saw his life fly
Right,
before his eyes. That was
right.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was a
That's
good pick in the
weird.
4th round.
Can we use him in the fight
he's-
against that gorilla?
Maybe. If he's the part of the 100, I hope he's part of it. Yeah. He's a pre-med guy. I'm like, why would you try to give yourself CTE before going into that? And I'm like, all right. I'm like, cool. But he seems like a really cool guy.
Mhm.
And yeah, extremely fast. I don't know what the ranking was, but he's one of the fastest guys in the last few years. Or at least like I don't know what the ranking was, but he was the fastest guy there. McWilliams, I didn't really know much about him, but I saw like in some of the
Hey
tape he
James,
had, he was keeping up with what?
can we go a little faster?
Yeah.
Listen, this is the Eagles pick. We let you do with the Packers. Let me take my time. I'm gonna try to go a little faster. So McWilliams was keeping up. I saw with Travis Hunter, which I thought was a really. He's more of a slot guy, I think. So he might take DeJean's role, and DeJean might move outside. Um, that would be cool. Munden from Georgia. I mean, we had the draft a Georgia guy. It's part of the protocol. But I heard he's really athletic, but he's also got like a smaller frame. But he seems like a really good player. We backup center, which is really good. I heard Drew Kendall is really a really good player. McCord, I mean, he's local quarterback guy, so makes sense. Hinton, I don't know if you guys know about his dad, Chris Hinton, who was a monster tackle back in the day. So he has that, and he hasn't really had the best career so far. So hoping Stout University can change that. Cameron Williams is a steal in round 6. I mean, he was projected as a round 2, 3 guy, like in the mock drafts I was doing. So I think that's a great pick. And Powell Ryland in the 6th round. I don't know if you guys know, but he had 16 sacks last year. And he's a smaller school guy. And the whole knock against him about why he went in round 6 is because he has small arms. So we'll see about that. He's
That'll
undersized,
do it.
and yeah, he's 258 pounds, and he's 6'3", but he has small arms, so that's his knock. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll give him an A-.
James, you did not go any faster. I'll be honest, but that's okay.
Okay,
No,
well,
no, he did. I could tell he did speed up.
I
to
thought
be
I was
fair.
trying to go faster.
All right,
Yeah.
the
All right.
the commies.
We can sprint through this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We spent about
Commies.
12 minutes on the Eagles.
All right,
Let's
let's
do this.
Not a fan. I think they reached on their first round guy. They should have traded out if
Early.
they really wanted. If they
Mhm.
really want a wide receiver, Trey Amos though, loved the pick. They needed him, loved it. Packers should have picked
Right.
him. Whatever. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Commanders B-. I thought that the tackle they took, they should have taken Simmons instead. Connerly's fine, but Simmons was better. 3 picks later. Trey Amos, love the guy. I think we're all Trey Amos fans here. Unfortunately, he's playing against us. It's Mike Sanders still part 2 for me. So
Right.
yeah, gave him a B-. I really don't have much. Lane also
Okay.
I like. I thought Lane was a stud.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm gonna give them a solid B. I think they should have taken Simmons as well, other than Connerly. Connerly is very athletic, but he's a left tackle in Oregon. They literally just traded for Tunsil, which is a left tackle, so they're now going to have to switch him to the other side of the other side of the line, which I don't think is too smart. But I mean, if they're able to do it, they're able to do it. Trey Amos is a steal in round 2, that going that late. Jalen Lane, I heard, is he's good. So that's a good pick by them. But other than that, I think it's okay.
Okay, the AFC North. We're going into the AFC after an hour and a half.
And we are, yeah, but we can
Jeez.
cut a lot of that first half hour out. It's just
Right.
we keep yelling at each other.
Fuck you.
It was like the second team.
Yeah. It was fuck. Yeah, okay, no. We can what team, Matt?
The Ravens. I have them at an A+. I think Malachi Starks is fantastic to pair him next to. Oh my god, that face. I think Malachi Starks is going to be great next to
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
next to Kyle Hamilton. In my opinion, that they only go defense. They will never help Lamar. So, you can take what you can get at this point. And then they go get a felon probably, Mike Green. Which honestly they love their criminals, so makes sense. If anyone can keep them from not assaulting more women, it's probably the Ravens. Or they might, they might let them do it. Who knows? It's the Ravens. They get away with some crazy shit. So, and
Yeah, I gave them a B-. I love the Starks pick, but I can't give them any higher, knowing they drafted a known sex offender. So we're not
Right.
we're not gonna. Was it that or domestic abuse? We really
I
should
thought
know
it was
this.
sexual assault.
No, he it's sexual assault.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah,
it
it is
was.
sexual.
Yeah.
That's what I
Twice.
thought, yeah.
Once in high school and once at college. He transferred schools
Um,
because of it.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
come on, man.
What a stand-up guy. I was thinking about I'll just do no rating because I don't want to do that. But then again, I would have to give no rating to about 30 of the 32 NFL teams. So we
Right.
wouldn't be here. There wouldn't be
Mhm.
anything.
As
to
long
talk
as you
about. So
can
I'll give him
throw a
B-.
football very far, you can get away with anything.
Even then, you don't
Right.
really have to if you just like want to get paid a lot by the Browns. Sometimes they'll just do that. So yeah, I
Right.
gave him B minus. I love the Starks pick though. He seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
Mhm.
Green. Starks. Starks.
Thank you for making that clear.
God, I gotta really separate that.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna give them a B minus as well. I like the Starks pick. I mean, they have two stud safeties in the back. That's just crazy. They really value their defense. Um, not on moral standpoint, but you know, they value their defense.
Again, Ray
I
Lewis
don't even want to
definitely
like.
killed a man.
I don't even want
Ray
to
Lewis
like
did
give them.
it.
Right. I don't even want to count the Mike Green pick for them because he only fell because of that. They would have not have gotten him if it wasn't for all of the allegations. So
Yeah, we don't want to say
I don't want to give
congratulations. You
them
got
No.
credit.
great value on the sex offender. That's
Right.
not.
Congrats. You drafted the sex
Yeah,
offender.
that's
He
not
only
something
fell
we want to
because of that.
say.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God,
not
Matt,
great.
Yeah.
oh my God, we need to send like a CD of the sex offender shuffle to the Raven, like their facilities.
They'll
We
just
start
put Mike
tweeting
Green in
at
the
him.
video.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway.
like face mash. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not face
Right.
mash. Like whatever I don't know. The things
Yeah.
he used to do with the Mii's. You
Yes.
know what I'm talking
Right.
about.
I think
Yeah.
Jones is taken a little early, but you know he's still a decent tackle. I heard Carson Vincent from Alabama. I heard he's pretty solid. I like their later round picks, like Peebles. I heard is really good. And Robert Longerbeam from Rutgers. I heard is also a decent corner. And Garrett Dellinger is also a pretty damn good guard. So I like their like late 6th and 7th round picks, but you know B minus for me.
Got it. On to the
Bengals.
next one, Matt. What
Bengals.
we got? Bengals.
I think you guys are gonna
Oh
disagree a
man.
lot because I know James does not like Shamir Stewart that much. I gave him an A because I think they addressed every single need they needed to just compete. I like Shamir
Okay, go ahead,
Stewart.
Bishop.
I like Shamir Stewart. I think he's raw, and the Bengals just got a new DC who is I believe he was a linebackers coach. I don't remember what he was, but he was something. So he should do better than the bimble fuck they had.
Bimble.
They
That's
got
not a word.
no, it's not. They got an
It is now.
They got an offensive lineman in day 3, which is great for them. They need to protect Joe because Joe just dies every time he steps on that field. And then 2 linebackers, which they probably shouldn't have drafted 2 of them, but you know they don't care.
All right. Well, mine's gonna take about 15 seconds. I gave him a B.
Okay.
Don't think they addressed every need. I think they needed a corner, and I think they needed a lot of things. But I will give them a B
Mhm.
because all they did was take defense and O-line. And I think they should be praised for that.
That's
No
all they
trades, no
needed to
bullshit.
do.
Just fill something there. Help do anything there. So
Yeah.
I'll give him a B just because of that.
Okay. I actually
Craig beeps at us.
okay. I gave him a D. Let me explain. So before Bishop just put words in my mouth, I don't not like this Shamar Stewart. I really like Shamar Stewart. I know he didn't really have a lot of productivity, but he's a athletic freak. However, I do not trust the Bengals to develop him in the right way. I think they're going to completely fumble that, and I think a team like when he goes to a different team, I think, and they're able to develop him. I think he's going to be a fantastic player. But I do not trust the Bengals staff. I do not trust the Bengals defensive staff to develop a player like Shamar Stewart.
But
And
does
that is
that
why I don't
justify a
think
D though?
Yes, because they're yes, it does.
It sounds
I'm not
like
done.
you're just grading
I'm
the
not
stat.
done. I'm not done. Demetrius Knight, decent player. He's also 25. And I don't know why they picked 2 linebackers unless their linebacker room is horrid.
It is.
Barrett Carter in the 4th round is better value than Demetrius Knight. And Dylan Fairchild, they should have went Tate Ratledge in the round 2 pick, in my opinion. I don't know how far the Lions traded up to go get Tate Ratledge, but the Bengals should have picked him instead. I know they're both the Georgia offensive guards, but they should have picked Ratledge. I think he would have done better there for the Bengals. Barrett Carter is a good pick in round 4. Jalen Rivers, I heard, is okay. Brooks is fine, but it's just like I don't think that they didn't do enough. Like I know they didn't. It doesn't look like they have that many picks, but it's like you went with a raw edge, which I don't think they can develop. They went with Demetrius Knight, who was a older prospects at linebacker, and they drafted two of them. Oh, I mean, Barrett Carter is a little younger, but
Yeah.
I like him better. But
James,
at
please,
least at that
please go
value.
faster.
Well, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Chill.
We're
It's by the way, their linebacking room is just Oren Burks. That's it.
yeah.
So
Which
Oh,
I'm
oh,
not very high on him, by the way, but you guys are. But
yeah.
we have different
So,
experiences with that man.
yeah, we got
Warren Burks in the playoffs is peak.
So
Um,
yeah, let's go. Who
Browns.
we at now?
I gave him
Yeah,
an A
that's
plus.
now.
I think them trading out
Oh,
of 2
man.
is fantastic. Mason Graham's fantastic. They get a first round pick next year from a dog shit Jaguars team. Then they go get Shador after getting Taylor Gabriel, which is, say what you will about that. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be there much longer. They get a running back.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. And then they go.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
not Taylor.
I thought it was. All right. Alrighty. Dylan Gabriel. Then they go get a running back, which they need, so they get an A plus. They get an A for that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, no. I gave him a B plus. I think I really like Graham. I think they should have traded. No, I actually am changing that now. I'm giving him a B. I think they should have taken Henderson instead of Judkins. I thought Schweizenegger was a little bit early, but that's fine. Fannin better tight ends. He was fine, but I just felt like there were better tight ends. They could have gone maybe
Right.
instead of Schweizenegger's pick. They go linebacker later, but that's nitpicking. The trade is great. Matt's right. They get they get a first next year.
From a dog shit Jags.
Yeah, with Trevor
Right.
Lawrence at the helm, it's not great. I think drafting Shedeur Sanders, they should be about as excited as they actually were because we saw the video of them clapping not at all when they picked him. So shout out Jimmy Haslam for
Right.
forcing their hand and making them pick him. So
Right.
yeah,
He needs to
I
sell
think
that team.
yeah, if I'm gonna base Atlanta's pick off of their trade, I'll base this one off the trade and give them a B.
I'm also going to give them a B. They trade back and still get a blue chip player. I mean, I really like Mason Graham. The reason I think they went Carson Schwezinger, I think is how you say it. I think they go him because I think they were trying to trade back into the first round to get Jahad Campbell, and that's why the Eagles traded up with the Chiefs. So that's why I think because I heard they were getting calls, so that's why they did that. Judkins, I also agree they should have gotten Henderson there. I like Henderson a lot more. Harold Fannin is good, but he cannot block for shit. But he's really good with pass catching. So I think if that's their goal, don't they have Njoku? I don't know why they won't tight end there. Okay. But whatever. If you're gonna go quarterback, just pick Sanders there. Don't go Dylan Gabriel, then go get Sanders. Just pick one. Their quarterback room is already big enough. Like I really think if they were gonna get Sanders, just pick them there, man.
100%.
There's no reason to get two of them. Dylan Sampson, I don't really know much about him. I heard he's a good player, but I don't have a big problem. They got capital next year, so I mean that's great for them. But I think a solid B, is good for them.
Yeah.
All right, the
Mel
Steelers.
Kiper weeps. Next team.
Steelers.
Yeah.
I gave them a B. I think they had a very quality draft. They go get the Cam Hayward replacement in the first round, Derek Hartman. They love the defense, great. Then they go get running back to go pair with Jalen Warren, really good. Then they go get Jack Sawyer, edge, like that. And then they go get Will Howard. I like that because you can have him develop over Rodgers. Under Rodgers, who's probably going to go there. I can't imagine. That's the only team that's interested. So he's going there. And then they go get Black. I don't know how to say his first name. I know his last name's Black. He fell a little bit. I believe he's out of Iowa. Really, I like him a lot, and I think that the Steelers makes a lot of sense. Go get another D line. So they get a B.
Awesome. I can speed along with you just the same. Yeah, I gave him a B plus. Harmon's good, mostly because they didn't draft a quarterback, but that's more my thing. Like him a lot there. I think Caleb Johnson, I really like at that spot. I think he's good. Sawyer, I think in the fourth round, it's fine to take him. See if he develops into anything. He was good in college. And I liked Will Howard better than a lot of quarterbacks that went ahead of him.
Yes,
So I'm very much
absolutely
happy there. They should sign Kirk Cousins instead of Aaron Rodgers, and that's the end of it. Go James.
I will agree with that.
All right, I'm tempted to give them an A minus just because they didn't pick Shedeur at 21. I thank you Steelers organization and front office. I think Derek Harmon is a great pick there. Caleb Johnson I heard is a pretty good player. Jack Sawyer in round 4 is pretty solid. Yaya Black, I like his name, very cool. I heard he's pretty decent.
Mhm.
Will Howard's not a bad pick in round 6. That's not bad. But I kind of want to give him an A- for not taking the bait on Sanders there. But like it'd be plus A- range.
The one
That's
thing the
really it.
Steelers will do after Kenny Pickett is never take the bait on a quarterback again.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, for
Bishop,
sure.
I don't agree with you. What do you mean they're going to get Rodgers? They got starter Mason. Who did they got there?
Mason
Backup. Who's the
Rudolph.
backup?
Mason Rudolph.
Oh, I thought he was still on the Titans.
No.
Oh,
They
I mean,
took him
starter
back.
Mason Rudolph. What do you mean? He can start.
They took him back.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I see. Okay.
The Bills.
Moving on.
They get a C.
Bills.
It was average. They filled the holes they need. They got 3 cornerbacks. They got 2 defensive tackles and a line.
Mhm.
Wow.
Defensive tackles and a linebacker. So they're
I
trying to
didn't realize they got 3 corners.
they're trying to build that defense. They know where their holes are at, and they're gonna fill them.
Mhm. Okay.
I gave him a B. Harrison's a slight reach, but I like him, so it's fine. I also
Mhm.
found out yesterday though that he might have some stuff going on too, so we'll see what comes of that.
Like
TJ
injury or
Sanders,
like personal.
personal.
Oh.
TJ Sanders, good pick, love that. Landon Jackson, love that. I mean, they took a bunch of corners. They took a guy Jackson Hawes, who I know nothing about, but I mean, he's huge, and I think he's a pretty good blocker, so good for them.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I just gave him a B. They filled their holes. Matt's right. Pause. No
Yeah.
pause.
No.
Continue.
I'm going to give them a B plus here. I mean, I think they also went a little early on Harrison, but still a great pick there. TJ Sanders is an athletic freak. He's really good at defensive tackle. So props to them. Landon Jackson in round 3 is a fucking steal. He's really good. Deion Walker, also a really good player in round 4. Jordan Hancock is good at corner. I don't really know anything about Jackson Halls, which is the tight end they picked, but I know they have Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, so I don't know why they went another tight end there. Dorian Strong is a really good pick in round 6. Chase Lunt, I heard, is a good player as well, so I'd give them a solid B plus.
Dolphins.
Nice.
I give them a D.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was not a fan. I think they got an offensive. No, who the fuck they get? Oh, they got Grant, defensive tackle.
They got nose tackle Kenneth Grant.
I don't. Doesn't like you. Like if you want to go get
Real.
Grant, like Grant's such a reach. You go trade back, and then they have no young talent outside of Waddle and like Tua, who's like a damn near vegetable at this point. Like what are you doing?
It
Like
was just sad to say.
yeah, it is. It is sad. He's like a concussion away from like death, which again, very sad. Jokes aside,
Yeah,
they
but
drafted 3 defensive tackles too. They didn't even need Grant. They drafted 3 of them motherfuckers.
To be fair to them, I'll go into mine. I gave them a wait if I could pull up the grade. I gave them a C minus. Storm Duck is still their cornerback 1, so that's not good. They didn't take a single cornerback, so
They
just for
believe in
that, you
Storm
give them
Duck.
C's. Grant was a reach, and Seven. I'm not. Yeah, I can't even say.
Seven
the guy
A.
out of Arizona.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
Of course.
Was probably also a reach, and they didn't have another pick till the 5th round, so you get a C minus. Congratulations.
On with
Right.
you. On with
I'm
the
gonna
next.
give them a C. Kenneth Grant he's a really good player, but I think that's a bit early for him. He's really good at what he does. He's a monster on the field, but like it's a little early I think they could have traded back if they really wanted Kenneth Grant. Jonas Evanea he's a good guard. I think there's better prospects in the second that early, but and Jordan Phillips I heard is a decent defensive tackle. Other than that, I know no one. 7th round pick Zeke Biggers. That's a hilarious name, but
Quite
yeah,
yours.
no. Do you think they should have gone quarterback early, knowing
No.
the health concerns with
No,
Tua?
not at all.
No, you gotta ride
Okay.
to until his brain explodes.
That's fair.
Till he
You know,
dies
that's
on
fair.
the field.
Okay. Because I wasn't
Yeah.
sure about that. I was like, should they have gone quarterback earlier? I don't know. I was
Alright.
like, I don't.
Patriots.
Okay.
I gave him a
James,
B.
we're trying to hurry it up. We are very late into this.
I'm very hungry. There's pizza and
You can
mozzarella
start,
sticks
James.
waiting
James, you
for me.
start. James, you start going before me. Okay.
Okay. After Bishop though.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I did a little thing.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
All right. Well, Yeah. Go.
What just happened?
I don't
Okay.
know.
I think it's just because I'm on Apple. I think, yeah, okay, continue.
B. The Patriots get a B. They got Will Campbell. I don't think they drafted a single position the same twice. I think they got a different position almost every time. They get a running back. They needed literally everything.
They drafted tackle twice, but I
Yeah,
think
which
that's
is
it.
acceptable.
Yeah.
They needed everything. Mike Vrabel's doing what he
Hmm.
needs to do over there, so they get a B.
All right. Okay.
Nice.
Um,
James.
I'm. I think I'm gonna go A here. I really, really like their draft. They get Will Campbell. They need a tackle to protect, and that guy he is dedicated to protecting Drake May. I like that attitude. I was like, that man will put his life on the line for Drake May. That's awesome. Travion Henderson, great pick at round 2. Kyle Williams, I heard, is a really good receiver for them. So I think that they need more receivers, as many as possible. So I think that's a good pick. Jared Wilson's a great center. He's the best center in the draft. Good pick on them. Joshua Farmer, the great defensive tackle in the 4th round. That's a really good pick. Braden Swinson in round 5 is insanity. He's a round 3 round. He's like a round 3 player. So I don't know how he dropped that far. But it seems like they filled all their holes, and I think they're going to be in contention for playoffs this year.
Oh,
Right,
I don't
hot
know
take.
about I don't know about that, but
All right, yeah, we'll
I think so.
save that for a later date. Yeah, I gave him an A plus. Campbell's phenomenal,
Hmm.
perennial Pro Bowler most likely. Henderson's I
Right.
already mentioned. I had him at the 1st round. He's a great
Yeah.
pick. Glad that they
Hmm.
got him. Kyle Williams is a great value add as well. I'm glad they're just supporting the rookie quarterback. That's what you need to
Hmm.
do. So glad with that. And then Jared Wilson at center, just another name I want to mention because I really like that pick as well. So
all right, the Jets.
I
They
was
get
actually afraid the Commanders were going to go Henderson in the late first, and I was like, please do not go
yeah,
Henderson there. But anyway,
that
go
would
ahead, Bishop. Sorry.
the Jets. They got Membu, which is good for them. Go protect Justin Fields. I like their direction. They're trying to retool what the disaster the Aaron Rodgers experiment was. They go get Mason Taylor finally. They get a tight end. That's good for them. That's pretty much it though. So they get a C plus.
Okay,
James.
Matt.
It's
Oh, okay. I'll go.
Yeah, you
Membu.
got second now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Membu, great pick. I think looks like they're just shoring up their O line, which is always good. Mason Taylor, I am so sorry that you have to spend your life on the Jets now. You should not have to do that. Considering his dad was on the Dolphins, I believe now he's got to go and play with their rivals.
Wait, Jason
So
Taylor's Mason Taylor's
I believe he was on the
really?
Dolphins.
That's crazy. I
Yes,
did not know. I did
that
not
I
know
was
if
like, that
Mason
is
Taylor and
criminal.
Jason Taylor were fucking related. Oh
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit,
yeah,
that's
that's his son.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love Jason
Um,
Taylor. I think I have a Jason Taylor
yeah, I
card
heard he's.
somewhere.
Yeah, but he's going to the Jets. I feel bad. I wish he was going to a more productive team. We'll see how the Jets are this year, but I really wanted maybe Philly to go up and go get Mason Taylor, but I understand it. Ozzie Thomas in the 3rd round is a great pick. I mean, he's a young player. He's a big, lanky corner, which is always cool. Malachi Moore in the 4th round is a pretty good pick. And Barron in the 5th round is also a really good pick. So I'll give them a B, solid B.
Nice. Yeah, good job not jetsing it. I gave him a B plus. That most of that pick is
Mhm.
just for them not going Shadur like I thought they were for the next 5 rounds. Pretty much.
Right.
Membu's great. Mason Taylor, I actually forgot about him when I was called Arroyo. My next favorite outside the 1st round. Taylor was my next
Hmm.
favorite before Arroyo.
Right.
It was not whoever that other guy I mentioned. I forget his name, but yeah.
Hmm.
I like him. Taylor's a great tight end. Thomas is a good corner. Good job not fucking it up. Congrats on your B plus.
Yeah,
You still are
the Jets look like they're.
have fun ruining it.
It looks like
Aaron
they're.
Glenn, your career is over.
It looks like they're
We'll
trying to
see.
turn the corner. The AFC West time. So the second to last division. Thank fucking Christ.
Okay.
Jeez, Matt, sound more excited.
It's just acting like he doesn't like doing this with us.
Look, I love doing it. I just didn't think that we were gonna
I
go
told.
for.
All right,
We
well,
have a lot of thoughts.
We'll pull back the curtain. I told Matt before this, if you do every single team, we're gonna be
It's
here
gonna
for
take a
2.5
while.
hours. And
Yeah.
he said, "No, I think it'll be fine. We had more things we were gonna talk about after this. We're not
We're
getting.
not,
to
we're
that.
not talking about them till next
I
week.
told Matt
Oh, man.
that is not happening. He
Tune in
did
next
not
week.
believe me.
Tune in next
here
week.
we
We're gonna be
are.
talking about everything else that we were supposed to talk about today.
Darling. Okay.
The Broncos, they get a
Yeah.
B. they go get Barron and a running back. There they go. They can go challenge for the division. That's pretty much all they needed.
Okay.
James.
I'm going to give. I think I'm going to give them an A minus. Jade Barron is a fucking steal for them. I mean, they already got what's his name? Patrick Surtain. Now they have Jade Barron, who can pretty much play almost every position in the secondary, if not all of them, which is insane. RJ Harvey, I think you needed to go running back there. Good pick. Pat Bryant is a good receiver. I don't know too much about the other guys they picked, except for I heard Quay Robinson's a decent player at edge. But other than that, I mean, they pretty much just made their team better. So I'm gonna say A minus.
Yeah, so I disagree. I gave them a B minus. I think Jade Barron's the only good pick here, other than maybe Jones out of LSU and maybe Quay Robinson as well. RJ Harvey's a reach. I would never take a running back out of the American Conference and as somebody who follows a team in the American Conference in the second round. Pat Bryant, reach as well. They took
Okay.
a punter with the most egregious mustache, which I'm actually knocking them down to a C plus just because of that. That is horrible, and you should never ever show yourself in public again, Mister. What was your name? Crawshaw. That's the. Oh, it's even worse. Okay, yeah,
Oh
they get
no.
a C plus now. They've actually gone down since I started talking.
All right, Chiefs get a
I
C
see.
plus. Um, they
Okay.
go get Simmons, and then they go get their Chris Jones replacement. It's the
A lot.
Chiefs. I fucking hate the Chiefs, so that's all they get.
Okay. I'm gonna say B minus for them. If Josh Simmons actually stays healthy with his a non-existent knee, we'll see how that goes. I mean, he was talked about as one of the best offensive tackle prospects in this class without the injury. So I mean, we'll see if he's able to stay healthy. But I think he'll be a great player if he's able to. Omar Norman Lott is a good player. I like him. Noel Williams, I heard, is a great pick as well. And I like Jalen Royals as well for them. I mean, they need as many receivers as possible before they start committing more crimes. So I would stockpile on as many receivers as possible.
Or they get involved
And I
in some
heard
churches.
Yeah.
right, and I heard Bassa is a good linebacker too. So I think they didn't have a bad draft. B minus.
Yeah. No, for me, I gave him a B plus. They had a really good draft. I like Simmons at 32. I like Lott at 30 or at the second round for 31st pick
Mhm.
there. And Jalen Royals has fuck you speed and is an amazing full
Yeah.
possession.
Don't
And
worry,
once again,
he'll end up getting
have fun pick.
arrested.
Well, maybe Worthy first. Have fun picking him up off the waiver wire sometime in the first 3 weeks of next season. So
Someone might
Yep.
draft him. Like someone might be
I'm
stupid.
sure. I'm
The
sure.
makes
Raiders.
sense.
I gave him a B for the Genty pick, mainly the Genty pick. They got a wide receiver, which is
Okay.
nice, but a TCU wide receiver, so he probably sucks. Then they go get a corner, plug and play guys, because they fucking blow everywhere.
Okay.
The only gripe I have with them is
Pause.
getting two defensive tackles when you have Christian Wilkins. So it is what it is.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give them a B as well. Ashton Jeanty is a great player. I don't know what the O line over in the Raiders. I know they got Powers Johnson last year, but I don't know what the rest of our O line looks like. So if the O line's decent, I think Jeanty will thrive there. Jack Beck, I really don't know too much about, so I can't really speak on that. Darian Porter, I heard, is a great corner over there. Charles Grant,
Did you say corner?
yeah,
Oh,
Darian
okay.
Porter.
Yeah,
I just didn't. I heard
he's a
corner.
corner.
I heard Porner,
Yeah,
not
he's a corner.
corner.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah. No.
Matt, that's wishful thinking for you. That sounds like that's what you hear. What you want to hear.
Yeah, it's the drugs.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Okay. Let's not dive into that. Charles Grant is a awesome player. I really wish he was taking a few picks before Philly did, and I think they traded back because they couldn't get him because the Raiders picked him. So that sucks, but I think he's a great player if they can develop him well. I heard Dante Thornton Jr. was also a good pick, and Tonka Hemingway is a great name as well. Um,
oh, that's
and
why. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, I heard I don't know how to pronounce his last name. JJ from Ole Miss. Pegas or
Mhm.
Pegues. He was in the 6th round. I heard he's also a decent D tackle. So, I'm going to say a solid B for them.
All right, the charge. Oh yeah,
So
you
this
didn't
is
go
the
yet,
part
Matt.
much
Fuck.
like this. Yeah, well,
We
don't
didn't get
worry.
to
So
Matt's take. Matt's
this
take.
won't take long. Just like this podcast, my rating started devolving around this point. I gave him a D plus, and I'll just read you what I
Oh,
have. Genty is
okay.
him. Rest of the draft is as expected. R.A.P. Tiger Beck because Jack Beck's brother died in that horrible New Orleans tragedy.
Okay.
They
Oh, I
would
heard
not
about
stop
that.
mentioning it on ESPN. And then just in all caps, which you didn't know until till James just said his name. All caps, it just says Tonka. So it's
Tonk,
that's
the
about
Tonk.
Yeah.
all the analysis you're getting from me. Let's go to the next one, people.
Chargers. They get a D. I think Hampton's a reach. They should have traded back if they. Kyle Kennard's good in the fourth. Trey Harris isn't. But that's
Okay.
it. Like, just don't pick a running back. I think the only running back that should have went first round was Genty. I think they should.
Okay.
And they were even in talks with
Mhm.
Philly. I heard to trade up. So.
Yeah. So to explain that pick a little bit, the Chargers and Philly were going to trade, but for some reason, whoever I don't know what side they forgot to call in the pick, and so the Chargers just made a pick. I don't know what happened there, but we're also trying to trade with the Packers. Apparently, well, they hate our guts, so the Packers didn't want nothing to do with us. But I don't mind the Amari and Hampton pick. I think it's a little early, but I still think he can be really solid in the Chargers. On the Chargers, Harbaugh loves to run the ball. I mean, I think he'll be really good there. I mean, isn't Najee Harris now on the Chargers? I don't know who running back
Yes.
one is now. So I mean, so I'm not sure. Trey Harris, I don't know how good he is, but I mean, we'll always give Herbert more receivers. That's what he needs. Kyle Kennard, I heard, is a really good player from South Carolina. That's really it. So I'm gonna give them like a B minus, I suppose. I mean, I like their first. I like their first or second and their fourth round pick, but that's really it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gave him a B. I thought they broke even on Hampton. I mean, that's where he should
Mm,
have gone, in my opinion.
right.
Trey Harris is good. I like him a lot. He's good at throwing that receiver
Okay.
room next to Lad. And I think
Mm,
when I was researching safeties, I came across Mickens. I like him. I think they got a steal with him in the sixth, so I gave them
okay.
a B. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Solid,
they
solid.
uh they did six in the sixth and the seventh round. They went safety.
Okay,
yes, but I really
Interesting.
did not like the other guy because he like was not known to me. Yeah. Could not tell
Trick
you.
was a Bridges.
Yeah. So,
All right.
Alrighty, the last division.
last division.
Finally, the Houston
AFC
Texans.
South.
Bring it home, people. Come on.
They got
Go.
a. I don't. I mean, they get a like a. They traded back, but other than that, they got two Iowa State wide receivers, not one, two. They drafted, I think, one offensive lineman the whole draft. The problem.
Very big problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Yep.
much it. It's pretty forgettable, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give them C minus. I think they were originally planning on getting Donovan Jackson, but the Vikings took him. So they were like, "Hey, Giants, you
Mm.
can just have our pick, and we'll figure out who to get tomorrow." um, so I mean, I like that they went targeted receiver a little bit because I mean they need receivers. So it makes sense. But like only getting Ursery and no one else, like we took Kenyon Green from them, and now like what is their plan at guard? Like I don't know really what their plan at guard
There
is
is no
now.
plan.
Right, I don't know.
The
I
plan
don't
is there
know.
is no plan.
Have fun, CJ Stroud. That's it. Um,
Run.
let me see.
Run for your life.
Jalen Reed from Penn State. I think he's a good safety, and in the sixth round, I think that's a pretty good value. Luke Lakey, he's Iowa. I like Iowa players, so he's a good value in the
Iowa tight
seventh.
end.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and other than
Will
the two
Smith one.
receivers they drafted, I mean, I heard really good things about Jaden Higgins from Iowa, and they got two Iowa wide receivers. Okay,
Yeah. I
that's
see.
interesting. So I mean, I
They're
understand
so
them
bad.
wanting to get better at receiver, but they definitely should have tackled that O line room a bit. So
James, did you listen when I
Yeah.
speak?
what did you say?
I literally said they drafted two wide receivers out of Iowa.
I guess I didn't.
Oh, fuck you.
Matt, I wouldn't blame him at this point. I'm
I,
hitting fatigue, so I'm gonna get through mine.
Let's
I gave the
go.
Texans a C minus. They drafted
Yeah.
2 Iowa State wide receivers. They got the better one second somehow. I mean, not consensus, but I think Jalen Milroe is better than Jaden Higgins.
Okay.
Yeah, their O line still sucks ass, and I don't love Arante Ursary. Not
Yeah,
maybe butchered that. Who knows?
that's
Yeah.
valid.
CJ Stroud will be dead, and they will be trying to pick Arch Manning next year at this rate. So yeah, have fun.
CJ Stroud's gonna be like in fucking a coffin.
Yeah, pretty
Like how they
much.
did the opposite of what the Patriots did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well,
Next
For real.
is
that's why one's
the
won multiple Super Bowls and the other's not.
yeah
So.
Right. Right.
Colts. They
Okay.
get a B. Tyler Warren's good. That's pretty much the only thing I know from their draft. When I kind of stopped paying attention. it's
I was gonna say it's just falling apart.
yeah
Mhm.
I'll go for you, Bishop. Then I'll take your time.
All right.
C plus. Warren's a fine pick, and I like Tuamalu, but everybody else
Mhm.
seemed like massive reaches to me. Jalen Travis was a reach. Justin Wally was a reach. DJ Giddens, I don't know. He was the only other guy I really think I liked from that, so I gave him
Mhm.
a C plus because Tyler
Okay.
Warren. I don't like drafting tight ends in the first round, and I don't think I ever will. So.
Mhm.
Kyle Pitts.
Okay, I'm agreeing with Matt here. It's a C plus. I mean, Tyler Warren just fell to them. Obviously, you're going to take him. Uh, JT Tuamalau, I heard he's really good stopping the run. And I heard he's a good player. I think that's a tinge too early for him, but he's a second round player, so I think he belongs there. Justin Wally is a bit of that is a reach, and I think it is a reach there. Um, Jalen Travis, I mean, he's gotten a insane frame. He's 6'8", 339, like 339 pounds. If he was, I
Mhm.
wish the Eagles were able to get him. Be he would be great at Stoutland U, but unfortunately he's going to the fucking shitty. They got to protect Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. So I mean, there's your motivation
And
there.
also,
So
if you told me that a team took Tyler Warren and Riley Leonard in the same draft, I would have told you it was the Colts. Like I would have known immediately.
right. Mhm.
So that was obvious. Penn State, Notre
Yeah,
Dame.
no. Um,
Okay, yeah, I know.
I think I think they like I understand who was it that left? Will Fries? He went to the Vikings, I believe. He was their guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so um I think they should, increase better their O-line, but like Travis is kind of a raw prospect. That's someone you
James,
kind of want to build
please.
up.
We
It's
want
not
I'm done.
that bad, Matt. It's not that bad. Jesus, we're
I'm
only at
done.
2 minutes. Calm down.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
just
have it
fucking
up.
with you. I'm
Don't worry.
sorry.
I'm done. I'm done.
All right. Who's next, Matt?
The Titans.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they had an amazing draft.
Yeah, I give them an. I mean, non-sarcastically, I think that they get a solid B plus A minus kind of range. Cam Ward's good. Then they build around Cam Ward with a bunch of wide receivers. They're not going to be good by no means, but no, it's a start.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna give
Yeah,
them.
sorry, you got it.
Oh
Okay.
no, it's okay. I'm gonna give them like a B plus A minus. I think Cam Ward. They need a new quarterback. I'm sorry, Will Levis. Um, I really like Oladejo in the second round. Um, he's a really underrated edge, or yeah, no, he's an edge player. Kevin Winston in the third round, very good player as well. Gunnar Helm in the fourth round. I mean, who was that one tight end that they have now, or they had last season, who was doing really good in fantasy for a little bit?
Okonkwo.
I
He
thought he
wasn't
was a
Yeah,
wide
very
Okonkwo.
good,
receiver.
but
I was about to say I
Okonkwo?
picked him up for some reason.
I thought he was a wide
Okonkwo is
receiver.
But
definitely a tight end. No, he's
No,
definitely a
right,
tight
tight end.
end.
he is
Okay,
a tight end.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Jackson Slater is a great guard for the fifth round. So I think they're just trying to build around Cam Ward, and I think they did a decent job at it. So I'll give them in B plus A minus, that kind of range.
Nice.
What do you think, Matthew?
Yeah, no, I gave him an A. Cam Ward, if he
Okay.
turns into a top 10 pick, will be an A plus.
Hmm.
Oladejo, I
Oh,
agree. He moved from inside linebacker,
uh,
and
Right.
he's just huge. So, and that huge. Why he's 6'3", but he's like 250, 260 something. He's great.
Right.
Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State. At the next pick is somehow ranked higher than Oladejo, but they got him in the third because why not? And then Gunnar Helm, who I mentioned earlier, is some 6'5" guy out of Texas who is going to be, I think, really good for that offense. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think they're going to look pretty good next year, or maybe
all
the next
right.
couple years, maybe not next
The last team, everybody. You survived.
Okay.
The Jacksonville
Somehow.
Jaguars. Uh, they
Okay,
get
Bishop, what do you think?
D.
Wow.
Huh?
Okay.
Travis Hunter's good. I like Travis Hunter. That trade's just dog shit. The trade fucking kills their draft. That trade just kills it. The Browns are gonna
All
get
right.
2 top 10 picks next year.
Vince isn't here.
Yeah.
We don't have to deal with the Travis Hunter hate anymore. We can
Well,
be
look, I
honest.
like Travis Hunter. No, like I love Travis Hunter. He's good, but like
Mhm.
it's the Jaguars, and then they traded all the way up. Like it just, like
Yeah.
you don't
I
trade
understand.
that much to go get that guy. Like he's good, but like he's
Mhm.
not gonna turn that
Right.
team into a playoff team.
I'll jump off of that with you. I gave him a B-
Okay.
because like it's entirely dependent on how good Travis Hunter is. So I'm leaving it at that
That's
for now.
exactly where I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Anyway, go ahead,
Yeah,
Matt.
because it's just not like
Mhm.
I don't know. The rest of it's relatively uninspiring. I don't really care about anybody else because they did give up their draft for Travis Hunter. So if he's not good, this
Right.
draft sucks. If he's good, they did great.
Now, do
So,
you think that was
Right.
just Shad Khan being like, "Yeah, we're going all in for this one guy"? Because
no, I think that's
okay,
I think that's the lower management as well.
okay,
I'm gonna go along with what Matt said. I'm the same way. If Travis Hunter, like you, like he's got Trevor Lawrence now. Trevor Lawrence has no excuses. You have 2 first-round wide receivers to throw to. And if Travis Kelsey, if Travis Hunter can become like as like deserving of his pedigree, I think it'll be a really good pick by the Jaguars. But all depends on how he performs. I do like. I don't know why Caleb Ransall went in the 3rd round. That's a very high pick for him. Wyatt Millam is a good player. Jack Kaiser, he's really good in the 4th round, but that's really all that stands out to me. Like Matt said, I think it all depends on how good Travis Hunter is, because if he can become like a top 5 to 10 player in both of those positions, that'll be a great fucking pick by the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. Nice.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. All these rankings probably don't mean shit till we revisit them in a year, and then it's like, damn,
wrong.
we were all wrong anyway, because I don't think a single
Yep.
one of us can predict a single fucking thing. We're
Probably not.
we're all fucking idiots.
James might. Me and Matt have no idea what's going on.
Why me?
Well, I
You
don't
seem
know.
to know a lot, so.
At least
I don't
about
know
the
a jack
draft.
shit.
I mean, to be
I'm
fair,
pretending
James.
to know.
To be fair, James, you were doing
talk
mock
about every
drafts in
single player on
February.
every single
Yeah.
team. You better know.
I mean, I was
something.
only doing mock drafts since January. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
like I know any of
fucking
these people.
wild. That is wild.
Yeah, man, it's entertaining. It's fun. So I was
It is
like,
fun,
most of
yeah.
the team names I could recognize where they were going in my mock drafts. I was doing, I was seeing a little bit of where each player was going, so I was just kind of basing it off that and and researching a little bit. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Well,
Nice.
I think that's a good place to wrap this episode up, considering we're at the 2-hour mark, a little over. About
if you're not asleep already, that is.
Yeah, Darius is ASMR. It's fine. If you
Right.
made it to the end, you get a cookie. That's how it goes.
all right.
You get a gold star.
You get a gold
Congrats.
star, yeah. you get the
You get one of those
gnome-
slips that has the golden star with the face and say, "Good job."
You get the gnome merch that comes out in like 7 years.
You get the
Oh,
you
man.
get the Craig merch.
Yeah, the Craig merch. Oh my god. So,
Craig Birch.
all right.
That's
Well,
great.
I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of Bishop Sports Show. Next episode we're gonna talk about everything that we were gonna talk about in this episode, but did not. So I hope you all
I
enjoy.
told Matt we wouldn't get to it.
I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.